We gotta go, yo. We're back, dog. We're back on time. We're back, yo. Yeah, because last time we definitely got rid of the new computer, so we're like, fuck this. We're gonna go back to what we know. Thank you for everybody that has been tuning in, everybody that watched on the live chat, everybody that saw me go on there. I am not still wasted from the morning. I had my meal prep, so I should be fine already. However, though, man, let's go ahead and run through it. We got it's called We Don't Kush Stock the Same because we have the one and only. I've known this dude. Honestly, like around the same time I came into like my first time here. Like honestly, like I think I met you through Be Real, and like that's like the same time when I was a fucking baby, and it's like I've seen you go through different things in the industry. Number one, you're the owner of Kush Stock, creator of Kush Stock. Yep. You know what I mean? I remember you put me on to Paris OG, which is at some point, like nowadays you can't even fucking find that shit. Correct. You know what I mean? There's no OGs out there. They're all fucking pink and shit. And you know what I mean? They're all fucking different crosses. Yep. But we got the one and only Dr. K here. Fucking let's clap it up, man.
Let's go.
Welcome, Dr. K, man.
Thank you for having me, Zone. Thank you for having me, you know. And I definitely remember it, like when we first started back in the day, it was all new. We were creating, we weren't imitating, you know, we were paving a way. So it's an honor to see you here where you're at.
I feel like we've seen it definitely, like it's like you've seen the whole industry clean up house almost in a sense. And not like everything was bad, but just people don't know, man. Like first of all, is Paris still around?
Paris is still around. I definitely still have it. Just a little background on myself at this moment. I'm equity owner, and I work with the group MJRX Jet Room, and so I definitely have the Paris in that facility with them, and we're going to be bringing that to market. The Serrano brothers created something excellent out there, so soon we'll have that. Vader Extracts we're bringing back. That's one.
Yo, I was wondering.
That's one huge one. I seen you look over.
I haven't seen that logo in so fucking long. And speaking of Vader Extracts, like man, there's just so many fucking stories behind that. Like, we talked about this. You remember the story, Xavier, when I told you? I said I don't know if I said it on this show or B show. When I said one of my most fondest memories in the weed industry is I went on stage in a Darth Vader suit, like Hollywood quality.
Were you
suit.
hosting?
No.
Like
Like co-hosting.
Okay, so you were hosting the show. Okay,
like I was co-hosting and. What is it? Like high quality Darth Vader suit. It's not just bad. First of all, I'm not even a big Star Wars fan, but I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And on top of that, the person that was helping me get into the fucking suit, it was this fool. And
that's how
he's like, hurry up. And David Arquette. I don't know if you're familiar with David Arquette. That's Hollywood. That's a Hollywood legend. Yep. You know what I mean? This fool's like made a lot of '90s movies. You fucking like
Scream.
It's like he's on Scream. Like that's one of his big breakthrough roles, but I was too young to process that moment in my life, bro. Like I was too young to know, holy shit, that's David Arquette telling me to put on his Darth Vader quality suit. You know what I mean? Like,
and to set it up too, E-Zone's got thousands of people on stage in front of him. We're doing Vader Village. I'm programming entertainment for High Times magazine at the time. David Arquette's there. We got probably 2 Chainz was before. What was it?
No, you always had the heaters, bro. Like straight up.
Shit, 2 Chainz?
Yeah, we had 2 Chainz.
That was.
Yep.
Okay, big show because I've been to a couple. E-Zone, no offense. But I thought it was like a regular taco shop he's hosting. No, this is a fucking big deal.
Yeah. No. So
Yep.
So the thing, bro, like, all right. So you remember that event where I brought you? I don't remember which one it was, but all these after like there was a bar set at some point, bro, in California, and Vader Extracts and Dr. K and Paris OG, they all helped set that bar, bro. Like to be honest, like those festivals where people were giving out shit and throwing it and having these people rile up and people would be testing dabs.
Jumping up and down?
That was jumping up and down, like Uncle Joey says. Fucking everybody was jumping up and down. Yep. Fucking when everybody was jumping up and down, that was set because of these dudes, bro. Yep. Like because of this, like that's why like when people go to like no disrespect to High Times or anything like that.
Correct.
But when they go to a High Times event these days, like the OG people that have been there, they're like, why am I gonna go there, bro? Like I already seen the good shit. Like it's like almost saying like, yo, I used to go to the strip club when they used to let you fuck inside. You know what I mean? Like
when they serve breakfast, you could eat, you know?
Yeah, bro, but like it's kind of like that because now you don't have nothing like that. But during that time, once you guys set the bar, everybody else started to fucking try to replicate it. And then everybody knew it was going to end, though.
Correct.
Everybody knew it was going to end. But that idea of, remember when I brought you to your first event and you and Side Dick Eddie are like right there fucking like, yo, what the fuck? He was just like
there was girls with tits. Their tits out giving me weed.
Oh, we know.
And there was cops right there, and I'm still mind blown because it was like you said, one of my first events he took me, and I'm like, they're not gonna bust us? Like
Nope.
they're not waiting for them to take a picture of me. And
No,
then be
we're
like,
not.
"Yo,
We're not committing no
ah."
crimes. We're not. We're not
Yeah,
doing
and it was
nothing
weird.
wrong.
It was the San Bernardino. It was at the Nas Center, I
Nas.
think.
And so when that we were doing Vader Village, like Izzo's saying, we're giving out 30,000 grams of wax. We're the Compassion Kings. We seen that there was a
Compassion Kings. I remember that shit,
we
bro.
seen that there was a void in the industry of people being money hungry and trying to charge $5 for a dab, things like that. And to be honest, Vader Extracts, we're one of the first people really to bring dabs to the market. You know, mass amounts of Pyrex dishes going from state to state, Michigan, Seattle.
Before anything, bro. And I'll tell you, like, a lot of people don't know, and I'm very open with you know, my journey in the industry. A lot of people don't know, and they're like, when people have asked me, it's like, yo, the first person to ever put me up on game when I was out there hustling and doing my shit was you. And I'm thankful for that, bro. Like, I really am, because you were like, you were one of the persons. You're like, yo, man, you got some hustle in you.
Yep.
If there's an opportunity here, if you want to go ahead and put the pieces together, here you go.
Yep.
And like with love, bro, it's like if I would just be like, here, Xavier, he's like, if you could get rid of this, go for it.
Yep.
And it just that itself changed my
Flipped it
life.
quick?
Huh?
You flipped it quick?
Oh yeah, bro.
Was
I
it
fucking
easy
do
for
it.
you?
Look
Was
at-
it like...
Look at him now. Look at him now. He's here. He's here.
Like, I flipped everything around 6'3", bro.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm very grateful for it, man. I still remember the twins, even though I never saw them as much.
You just
Vader
need that
twins.
opportunity, you know. Once in life, that's the whole thing. And people ask me, well, what do you get out of Kush Stock? You don't charge. You know, it's not a revenue maker. It's not like this huge thing for me. What it is it's paying people's rent. It's putting food on the table. What people ask me all the time, well, what do you get out of it? I said, well, you see that company over there, the candle company, these guys right here, they paid their rent. Oh, you see Honey Badger? Oh, yeah, they're becoming a big company now. Oh, you see these guys? They're becoming...
They're a huge company.
I'll give you a prime example.
I like how you named like the companies that first started, because that's who was there. Like,
I'll give you a prime example. I went into a meeting with Steezy, and Steezy, you're watching, and you know who you are, the president. I was in a meeting the other day, and he walked right in and said, my first event in 2017 was Kush Stock, and I sold my first 1,000 pins with UK. I will be at every Kush Stock.
Wow.
Steezy's a multi company.
Oh, yeah, but
yeah.
you're on the show. You know who
Bro,
Steve
like
is.
there's like people don't understand, bro. Like they don't understand like the shit that went for this shit to be all fucking easy peasy for everybody. There's the work that got put in through, like the amount of people that got arrested.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Every year, obviously, like
That's a prime example. Cal Palace, the cops tried to shut us down one time, and I remember
In San Francisco.
In San Francisco, and I remember the cops went up and shut our generator down, and they handcuffed the lock so we couldn't open it up and turn it back on. So I decided I don't need a microphone, and I told the whole crowd, if you got a problem with what's going on, you need to tell these police officers here right now. And about 2,000 people jumped on stage and went right in the cop's face and said, fuck you, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, unlock this shit.
And they did?
They I mean, the cops went away. The show was over after that, and that's the whole thing. The same thing with Kush Stock. The basis was I seen that people were paying too much to go to an event. People weren't getting, the vendors weren't selling enough product, and so we're not creating a good thing for anybody. We're just creating a money grab. And so what I seen was, let's do a free show for the people. Let's mimic Woodstock. Let's do a Kush Stock and get people coming from all around the world. The biggest one I had at Nas Center, 2 Chainz, we had 62,000 people.
Yeah, you had Lil Wayne at one-
We had 62,000 people. We had all these artists performing. And so the thing is, we're just trying.
That's huge.
Bro,
I mean,
they-
I go to the Nas Center for
Bro.
Insomniac events. I know
Bro,
what you're
they-
talking
they-
about.
they-
That's like just for weed instead of rolling and fucking.
They would
making
get
chicks, it was
the
all weed
biggest
stoners.
artists, bro. They would get the biggest artists at the time and put them in an environment where, like, don't get me wrong, a lot of these artists these days, like hip hop artists and a lot of fools that are out there like claiming they make smoke songs, they all can make it look cool these days. But when you got booked at a Kush Stock event, that shit was put to the test,
Correct.
and that's the reason. Like a person like Lil Wayne, with all due respect, walked off the stage because he wasn't used to performing for stoners, bro. That's I remember when I was doing music.
Well, that happened at High
like,
Times.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
No, and so what I'm clearing up with that. So for an example with 2 Chainz is like when he came onto our stage, he released It's a Vibe. That was the first time he performed It's a Vibe. And the whole capturing of the vibe and that happening together where it's like, that's the whole purpose of it. Like E-Zone's saying, we're creating and we're making history as we're going. And that's what you see with E-Zone, especially right here. Me and my boy were just talking about it on the way up. We said, E-Zone's going to be on his own, not his own, but he's going to be on the channels that you see, the streaming platforms, the Netflixes, whatever, the Spotifys. He's on his way. And the whole thing is, when you get that little step up that people don't give you in life, and you know that Ezone, you got that hustle, you can do that. Let's get you to that right place. Let's get you with those right people. And that's the thing with Kush Stock, is we're just providing opportunity. Local music artists that can perform on our stage for free.
Not just big acts, bro. Like even when I was fucking doing music, bro. This every single fucking event, every single event, bro. He would be like, "Can I get you on the fucking on the list? Can we fucking go?" And it's like. It wasn't even like of course there's always people that are always money hungry, bro, but like at the end of the day, like once I kept working with you, I realized that there was no need for me to be like, yo, you're gonna take care of me, this and that. Like every fucking time I left at that event, I left with more than what the fuck I ever put in there, bro.
Correct.
Whether it was in fucking money that I made from selling my product on the side, or what I got paid, or the fucking companies I got exposed to, and they were like, yo, this is what you work with, let me hook you up. Hundreds and hundreds of fucking free product and all this shit that I would get just because I went to go do this. And there's nowhere, like I can't walk into Walmart and have all these brands say, oh, we see that you buy this shipping tank, let me sponsor this next one.
Yep.
Like what the fuck?
I mean, I'm guessing that's where you met Puffy Melts, right?
Not at
Kush Stock,
at these events.
At these of a sudden, you're working with them. How long your business with these fools? How long you? How much have you guys made each other? Because she's making you money, and you're making her money.
Yeah, I mean, like what it is like partnerships like that, bro. I mean, I've been with them. I've been with them for like a good, I want to say like 6 years now. Yeah, 7 years. And I started with one candle, and it was like I was selling a weed strain called grape soda at that time. By the way, I know everybody that knocked it off. All these fucking Chads. There was nobody. Me and Dad Bad fucking named this shit grape soda. Nobody else had it. Now it's a fucking, they claim it's a profile from a long time ago. I was like, bro, we were fucking high. We fucking named this shit grape soda, so it's a real thing. And I made the grape soda candle one day, and I was like, well, I'll just sell it as a package. You get you buy an eighth, and the candle is a certain thing. And now I have like 16 cents. So I have like I'm like on my Martha Stewart shit, bro. Like people don't understand. They're like, yo, this guy has clean nails and he sells candles.
One day I'm gonna be at Bed Bath and Beyond.
That's great.
And there's gonna be an Ezone candle on my right.
Yeah.
And Bed Bath and Beyond, all these weird flavors, because the stoners are in now. Because weed's gonna be legal. It'll be like,
I'm gonna have to decide between choosing Lori or Mark Cuban.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Go with Lori. With candles, dog. With candles, you gotta go with Lori.
I would though.
QVC.
I don't know the basketball team, bro. Mark Cuban ain't gonna help me out much.
The right strategic partner.
What are you gonna do? Fucking sweaty smelling fucking candles.
Yeah, no,
and that's what's great about what Ezone's doing, is that you don't have to necessarily be this trap guy in your house doing stuff that you're uncomfortable with. You can come out, you can make something of yourself. He's now in the candles, like we're saying. One day he could be, a Fortune 5 company, and he doesn't have to look over his shoulder or dealing with packs and stuff. It's like that's exactly what this world can turn into if we all just kind of educate and give each other a chance and don't shun each other, put up walls, break down walls, let people in, open doors.
Yeah, that's what Kush Stock and Dr. K, which is you, and Vader Extracts, when they were doing these events, they all did that shit for people, bro. Like there's artists, bro. Like some of the art that I have behind me, bro.
Yep.
Like some of these people's careers got made because this fool fucking was like, oh yeah, we're gonna have an art section. Let me put you in here. And
Donkeys.
Like Donkeys,
Absolutely.
Toxic Mind.
Yep.
Bro, Toxic Mind used to fucking come out of, like, with all due respect, I'm not talking shit.
Correct.
But he used to come out of a fucking van with this dog nugget, and they used to just post up in front of the fucking van, bro. Like, just literally, and like, not a booth, just everything. And I would just be like, I was making money. You know what I mean? And I would just go be like, oh, let me get this art piece, this art piece. There's some artists that have hit me up and said, can I buy some of my art pieces back? And I was like, you can't buy these memories, bro. I was like, there was these pieces signify a different phase in my life. And to me, honestly, those were some of the best fucking times that I've ever had in my life in this industry, bro. Like, honestly, like, the best fucking time. Like, I don't give a fuck if, like, they get, like, all the fucking celebrities in this mansion party these days.
Correct.
I don't feel like I'm missing out. But before, if I were to see, like, yo, this Kush Stock is popping, I would be sad that I didn't go. And I never missed it, bro. Like, I never did.
Because that's the thing. We never charge artists to be there. So, like, Donkeys can be there for free. And so, for an example, Donkeys is an artist, and now he can create something, and he doesn't have to worry about these bills and stuff. And now you see these guys doing great, creating great arts, and like Ezone saying, it's this piece of history. Same thing in my house. I look at that art piece and I go, I remember that event, I remember that day, I remember it.
Yeah,
you know?
Like it's and I know that, like, I mean, like I met you through obviously, like you got to experience some of it, X, but like when you see it, you're like, man, like And then you bring someone like if you bring like another comedian here and they'll come in here, like they're like, cause now they're like, how much, he'll tell them, he's like, you know how much he smokes? And they'll be like, oh, like 4 joints a day. I'm like, 16, bro. 16. I was that should let you know the amount of fucking time that we've been in it, bro. It's
that also doesn't include all the fucking dabs you take in between that.
Yeah.
Correct.
Some of the first fucking dabs that I ever had, dog, was Vader Extracts.
Well, and that's funny. I remember when we
titanium.
Absolutely.
For real.
Absolutely. Highly educated, all of them, yeah. And I remember that we actually, when we were doing Nas Center, this is probably 2010, maybe 2011, dabs were pretty new. We actually seen people were passing out and falling out because they're not used to this.
That was the only time the first 8 center got used to the fucking
And so that's what we created. We created this area where they could fall back in chairs. They would fall down. We'd have people there to catch them, eventually. And so, yeah.
Like my first dab was at a clinic.
Oh,
nasty ass dab.
Some
and they let me drive
crumble.
right after. And they let me drive right after, which was like, you just let me. It's like going to a bar and they're like, you want a shot right before you leave?
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's exactly what a dab is, right? Like not for us now because we're kind of used to it, but like if you're a person that just got their license or you're an old person and they're like, you want a dab? And you're like, all the cool kids are doing it.
Yes.
You take it and now you got to drive. You're fucking your car. I was sat there. I'm like,
that would happen. That would happen a lot, bro. Like. But those experiences helped me build that endurance, bro.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
now, like it's like when people are all like, "Hey, bro, like we see you sometimes." Like they're like, it's like we know you delete your life, but they're like, they're smoking the fucking car. Like they're like, how the fuck do you like? You're putting your signals on. And I was just like, bro, it's
I'm high.
You get used to it. And it's all those experiences, bro. Like I remember experience, like, bro. Recently, I'm sad I wasn't here that day. I think it was Wednesday. They had Funk Dubious here. Son Dubi of Funk Dubious,
correct,
right? Yeah,
correct.
And bro, this fool's hip hop legend, dog. This fool could spit, dog. Like this fool could dead ass spit. I don't know why he ever fucking stopped. I remember listening to an album that I don't think he ever released. It's just some unreleased shit. But this fool could fucking spit, dog. Like B was what is it? At the time B was coming up, they were all in the same clique.
Right.
And they had him up.
It's a band that Muggs created. So
Yeah.
Muggs created Funk Dubious, Muggs created Cypress Hill with B, stuff like that. Yep.
So like they were in the same circle, right? So this fool, I didn't know at the time, but this is how young and naive I was, bro. I would go to this fool's house and I'm like, here, Kay. I was like, I got rid of this other shit. Let me go get some more shit. And I'll be sitting there, and sometimes we'll have to wait for like the homie to bring the shit, right? And like 2 video game systems. What were you playing? PS.
Yeah, 2 TVs, 2 PlayStations. Yep.
And we play some Lord of the Rings game, and like he's like, all right, guys, I'm gonna be back. And he's like, just stay here with Son Doobie, and he's like, and I'll be back. He's like, just chill out. And I'm sitting there playing video games with this fool, and I don't know at the time. I'm like, this was a hip hop legend, like just kicking it, and he's just picking my brain and talking to him. We became friends. I'm just like, bro, like none of these experiences would have never happened.
Correct.
If all these like if you guys never took that risk.
Correct.
Straight the fuck up. If you guys never took that risk to unite these people, there would have been.
Well, I remember telling B back in the day, I said, man, just roll with me. Me and you, let's roll together. We can really like push our names out there. I understand because he had the music always be, and it was like, I'm never trying to jeopardize what you're doing, but let's go together and really make our names national and just kind of push this name out there. And so for many years, me and B were definitely, and we still are, just great friends. And I just was saying, this weed thing's got to go much farther than just this behind the scenes talked about or smoked in a closed room. There's so much more. And the doctor came from that. Dr. K came from that. Our good friend, can we say Mousy?
Yeah.
Our good friend Mousy, not edited if we can't, And so he kind of gave me the name Dr. K, and that came from us just helping people out in the valley and really AIDS patients, cancer patients, involving that all together. And really from TH caregivers in the valley on Van Nuys and Sherman Way, Mousy, Be Real, me, Kenj, all of us kind of working together. And that's the whole thing, too. When
the OG was like the only thing.
He named a couple names where I'm like, oh, this one knows everybody.
This one has, bro.
Yeah, he named a couple names like, oh, shit.
Like, bro,
we've been there.
There's people named after him, bro. Like
correct.
Kids named after
correct.
After
and we're all
that's
family.
How tight we are.
And that's why we're all family. And that's what we see is that when I went with Vader, Paris, and Kingpin, we were all working together. And I looked at the group, and Kingpin, 46 million in gross sales in 6 months.
I know.
So I look at everybody in the room. I said, look, either we're all gonna step on each other's toes and be egotistical, or we can come together and create this thing called the conglomerate, which is what Ezo is talking about. And what we did was Vader had the concentrates, Paris had the flour, Kingpin had the
pens.
So it was just like, look, we're rolling out. And that's what we did from like
I'll push you, you push me.
And we all made each other's shit. So like Paris supplied the flour to Vader. Vader made the concentrates. Vader made the vapes for Kingpin. I sold the stuff for all of us. We marketed it together. I mean, and there's all these heads, the twins, A and B, all of us together. We're all.
Yo, is the mic good?
And so that's what I mean by us is that we are. Yep, of course.
Are we good, Kate? Is it picking that up?
Test.
I'm just seeing the people. Oh, it's just you're not close to the mic.
Sorry. Yeah. And so what we're trying to do is just that we can all work together in this industry without having to step on each other's toes. That's the whole thing with Kush Stock is I'm Sweden. I'm trying to get all these brands, Steezy, Crown OG, Dabwoods, Vader in the middle. It's like, look, you guys can sell because there's 30 million people, man. If we get 30,000 people to Kush Stock, I hope you can make enough money.
Okay, let me ask you this because we both been around, like seen the current state of the industry. What the fuck happened to that? I don't see that fucking mentality these days in the fucking industry these days. I don't see not even in the fucking influencers. Nobody wants to work with each other.
Correct.
Unless there's something like, it's like, yo, you gotta let me know what you're giving me beforehand.
Correct.
Like, these fucking memories got built because everybody said, you know what? It's all or nothing. We're moving as a fucking convoy. Like the fucking truckers out there in Canada, bro. That's how these fools fucking move, dog.
You said it earlier, E. You were like, I didn't hit up K for money on the spot because I knew that it was going to come back. And that's how I've always been and we've always been is like, look, if you dedicate yourself 100%, you give 100%, you ain't fucking around, you ain't lying to them, you ain't manipulating, it's going to come back 1,000%. And that's the whole thing that you see is like, if you go there and you make connections and you perform and you sell your thing, the opportunities and the things are going to come to you. You don't have to go and ask someone, well, you're going to pay me $100. That $100 ain't even an equate to how much eventually is going to come from this. And that's just going to maybe build a bad cornerstone between you and that person.
Xavier, like, what would you like a lot of people don't really consider this, bro. Like for example, like if somebody told me, yo, I could give you like your $500 for an appearance here for 2 hours, or I could give you a free booth and we're going to be having 1 million people come through. Bro, I'd be stupid if I didn't. First of all, I ain't selling no faulty product. You know what I mean? I ain't selling no bullshit. I stand behind all the products I endorse. You know what I mean? So I'd be stupid not to take that opportunity. And a lot of people these days, they will never fucking do that, bro. A lot of these fucking people
love guaranteed money.
Yeah, they want.
People love guaranteed easy money, dog. That's why a lot of people have 9 to 5s because like they love that. And I'm not hating on no one that has it, but it's that. Our industry, sometimes we don't know when we fucking make money. My whole life's been like that. When I was a server, you don't know if I'm going to get tipped well. Some days you're walking out fat, and some days you're like, man, fuck these people. Any race, not whatever race. Like, none of you fools tip me at all. What's that thing? But it's guaranteed money it's easy money, and it's a lot of people rather just that than grind it. Because if you get the booth, you got to grind it. You got to sit there and be like, yo, I got candles.
There was people
candles
that
right
made
here. After you get off stage, they're going to love you. If you do, but that's another thing. You got to do good on stage. For them,
I'll give you an example, dog, and you knew the industry was changing. Like I knew there was like something different when like you remember when you guys got fined for streaming Super Bowl?
Yep.
Like $88,000.
Yep.
$88,000.
So what happened was the Nas Center was, you know, again, High Times and me were getting into a dispute with each other, and they were doing
it was like a face-off, bro.
A face-off, yeah.
Competition, bro, straight up.
And they were doing some things that they never did before, announcing winners the night before, and the whole competition with us. And you know, we at that time we all wanted to be cool, and we wanted first place was like this best booth thing. And we had thousands of people in front of us, and we didn't win best booth, so I took it personal. So on the Sunday, I said, "Look, we're gonna play the Super Bowl, and I know Comcast is gonna call, and they're gonna give us all this huge thing." So they sent the cops. And are you saying how I was hiding under the stage and stuff?
Yeah.
So I was hiding under the stage because I had people FaceTiming me saying, "Okay, I see the cops coming." So I was hiding with the microphone, the wireless mic, going, "You're not gonna find me." You don't.
That's cop. Worthy? Can't they just fine you and just let it go?
Well, the cops, they did. The cops wanted to shut us down.
Oh,
it's
so because where they got to shut it down because so many people.
100%. Because Nas Center can face multi-million-dollar fines because of it. Yeah. And the thing,
how much would it have cost? Like, let's say you did want to pay for your. Well,
I think they charge $50,000 or something for you. It's like a sports bar.
Yeah,
you know?
It's like a sports bar.
Correct,
Yeah, okay,
correct,
that's what I'm asking.
correct.
There's different prices, like at a barber shop.
Correct.
They'll fine you for that, bro. Like, but. You knew what I was trying to say is that like the industry was it was shifting the mentality of it because 3 years ago if that would have happened everybody would have wanted to help because they understood how everybody was like they understood the whole team mentality behind it And then now, like when that happened, everybody was so quick to just kind of like start talking, and
Yep.
spreading rumors and all that shit. And that's when like I noticed, I was like, oh, this shit's changing. And I was like, everybody feels like they're already in their own bag, and they start forgetting where the fuck it came from, bro. Like there's people like. I remember there's the homegirl Blanca's Juicy Jugs or whatever. She fucking paid rent, bro.
Yep.
She made what is it? Aguas Frescas, bro. That'd be the smartest shit ever. Everybody was buying them shits.
Some
bro,
of them medicated, some of them weren't. I remember.
She had no experience in like selling anything else or nothing like that. But she's like, fuck it, there's an opportunity here,
Yep.
and she fucking did it, bro. So there was companies out there that paid their rent for like years because
Correct.
they were out there fucking doing it, bro.
Correct.
Like at these events, and I'm like. These opportunities, nobody gives them to you no more, bro. Like, especially it's that fucking LA bullshit vibe, bro. Like,
Well, and I see in companies, you got your COO, your CEO, your CPO, your CFO, and it's like, man, that's why you're not in. And I'm not saying that's not why you're in the right direction, but you got to understand that there's a mission as a company. And if you're just hiring people, I'll give you a prime example. And I don't want to name the company, but I'm part of this huge, one of the biggest. We hired the CEO of Pepsi. Brought her in 6 months, didn't do nothing, collected $650K. She didn't do nothing. We got rid of her. And I said, look, you could bring the best operator in from another industry, and they don't understand that this marijuana thing, Mary Jane, she's a whole different entity. She's her own lifestyle. She's her own being.
you can't fake the funk.
You can't fake it with her. Yeah. And so when you do that, you see these MedMins. You see these companies where they're taking huge hits because
No one likes going there.
they're faking the funk. And I'm not saying they're a bad company. It's just you can't fake it. And Kush Stock is the real. I just signed with iHeartMedia and Cannabis Talk 101, a joint venture together with Kush Stock Experience, which is going to be coming soon, paid events and stuff. In my contract with that joint venture, I said once a year, there has to be a free show for the people that's put on. You know, at the end of the day, that free aspect, that for the people, by the people, is my mission. It's the doctor. It's the mission.
Like PBS.
It's
Love
the
it.
it's Huelhauser, Cali Gold. Exactly.
By the people.
Exactly.
Like
this,
you know how
bro,
PBS
like,
always started that show?
There would be
Yes.
people there would be people that would show up. Like I don't know. I almost don't see these patients no more, bro. Like honestly, like when I go to a dispensary, which is very rare, you know what I mean. I don't see these patients that will show up at these events, bro. Like
Correct.
There would be fools that like would be in wheelchairs,
Yep.
like these people that had like a fucking nub from the military or just shit like that. You
A lot
know,
of veterans.
Yep.
like a lot of veterans or people that were like special needs or whatever it was. And I don't see this fool just be like, oh, what do you need? Rex Simpson oil? That's
Correct.
expensive. Number one, it's not cheap.
100 a gram.
And he'll just be like, here's the whole fucking syringe. Here's 2.
Yep.
Thank you for coming out. And it's like. There's no, like, I feel like that whole aspect of the industry just died, bro. Like, it's not out there no more. And you can't give nobody free shit. And if like, you do give somebody free shit, they're going to open it up and talk shit.
And the state made it against the law for you to give away free shit unless they're a medical patient. So these recreational patients can't even get free shit. And so that's a prime example. Weed for Warriors is somebody we always give a free booth to. We always give them a free booth. Exhibit was on our last one. We supported our vets.
I saw that. Yeah, Exhibit was there. Yeah.
Right now, what it is I work with this gentleman. I work with this management company, MJRX. Richard Brumsfeld, a black gentleman, has created an elixir from the cannabis plant, the full spectrum. So MJRX, the group of those great individuals are managing this elixir. We work with the Department of Defense, the DOD, and pretty much this elixir has been worked with Louisiana State University, AFRA, NIAID. It's used in live action combat right now. It's curing COVID. It's curing radiation, chemo, cancer. And again, I can't really say cure, but in my eyes, what happened was I was seeing these patients in these trial periods, and they were showing people with AIDS going back, getting off bedridden situations and dancing the next day from this elixir that Richard Brumsfeld created. And so I brought in a gentleman, Eric. Sorry, I shouldn't say your name. I apologize. He had colon cancer. He's already gone through pancreatic cancer. He had a heart attack. He's got a pacemaker. On his second biopsy after taking 2 of these elixirs, 0 traces of cancer. This is some gentleman I didn't know. I brought him into the program. And so I'm sold on this Omega. Omega elixir is what we work with the Department of Defense right now, the Army, and we supply the U.S. surplus with this elixir. And so with cannabis, I've always seen it as it's not going to, show me a dead body. I don't care about any news story about some guy in Afghanistan died smoking hashish because his lungs collapsed. Or a guy died by marijuana because a fucking 30-pound kilo was tossed over the river down south and hit him in the head. There's no death from marijuana. There's none. No case ever has been reported of death caused by marijuana. So with me, why I push so heavily for Mary, because one, she can't defend herself. She's a plant. And it's like, it's not hurting nobody. That reefer madness bullshit, that grandma getting mad at you, kicking you out the house.
They still got Dare around.
Dare.
Hey, but it's not on the list, though.
They took it, exactly.
You know what was fucked up about Dare, bro? Like, to be honest, bro, like, from the mentality as a kid looking at it now, it was like, they showed me what every drug looked like. And to me, I'm like, now I know what to buy. When I get in the door, I turn into an adult, I was like, all right, cool. So I can't get tricked. This is what coke looked like for sure.
Correct, exactly.
Like I was like, if I ever want to buy meth, that's what I gotta look for. You know what I mean? Like,
and you know, like when I was younger, we all partied, and you don't like the feelings, you know. And the thing is with the weed, it's just such a gateway opening. People say it's a gateway. Yeah, I hope to a better life and to meet men and women and to have friends and to smile. And yeah, it's a gateway to all those things. And so that's why with now, I feel like what we have to do in the industry is we got to really focus on the consumers. And again, I'm an executive. I go to these Monday meetings. I go to all this stuff. And to me, it's just so ridiculous that it's always talking about business and it's never talking about the people. And I'm always trying to just bring up, what about the people, man? What do they feel? What do they want? What are they asking for? What are they looking for? It's not I need a bigger purchase order here. I need to be in this many stores.
There's companies. Like, I mean, I worked at a company, a corporate, and no matter what, they always needs to be a gain. Yeah. Every year. Like, there's no such thing as in like
quota. Get your number.
You can't just sit there and be like, it's a slow week. No, for some reason, more people need to come in every fucking weekend. Like, people aren't moving in every day. I don't understand where this money's supposed to be coming in, but that's corporate. They need to see every year, and if not, you're fired. And
I think that's what I'm saying about the plant is she's not corporate. She's an element. You know, it's marijuana. It's cannabis. It's an element. It's not, you know. She'll be here way after us. She was here way before us.
The idea, you know what's crazy, bro? Xavier, I think I know why I like going to fucking flea market so much, bro. Like, I think I know why I fucking got into it, because I missed the fucking event aspect of it, bro. Because that's what it was, bro. It was like kind of like, it was like going to the Rose Bowl flea market, bro, but it was all weed vendors, and everybody just go in there and just shop, bro, like a farmer's market.
Yeah.
And that shit was fucking tight, bro. Like, it was...
And that's it. When we were at the NOS Center, we had 700 vendors. You would walk row after row, and it would just be, man, the things you would find and the people you would meet. And
get high from
you have a straight,
you
bro.
Get free shit the whole way. Just walk up and down the roads. You won't. You
bro,
gotta go sit down.
There's companies that ain't around no more, like genetic companies. And I remember, like, to this day, there's a grow that I have. You know what I mean? Like a personal grow where like they're like, I've tried hitting this company up. Like they just went out of business for like more of their genetics, and I kept this cut alive, and it's like they're just out. Like, so I'm like, if I would have never gone to something like that, like I would have never fucking have that cut or that flavor. Like this, it's a banana fucking strain that I got, and it's not strawberry banana. It's not one of the fucking. It's something way before that, and I still have that shit going. It's just strictly for fucking personal and shit. But it's just like. I'm like, it's crazy. Like, there is companies that it's just sad to see how many companies like die out. Huh?
Yeah, absolutely. It's sad to see that they kept creating more obstacles for good people, and they got cut out of opportunities because of these obstacles. One I seen was a great extract company couldn't get, and so you see great people. Weed Raw. Weed Raw is a great one. He creates amazing product. He's won Chalice Awards many a times. He's just a single individual, but he's completely out of the race because he doesn't have multi-millions. It's just him. So you see that a lot.
I mean, what's the rough estimate? Like, people don't understand what it.
Oh no, we just built a cultivation. It cost us 1.7 just for the infrastructure. Just for the building alone was 1.7. We're not talking employees. We're not talking about plants, nutrients, rent. I mean, we own the property, but most people are paying rent with a landlord. And if you have a landlord, you have an equity partner now. So, I mean,
I'm sorry to interrupt, but here's to let you know how fucking everybody got taken care of. There's somebody in the chat room. Shout out to you, Ralph Ramos. I work security at Kush Stock at the NOS Center, and they always hook me up for stuff for free. Bro, I don't ever, like, do you think Fulton Staples Center can hook up their securities? Here's the merch we didn't sell.
No. Correct.
Like, bro, like when I tell you everybody got taken care of, bro, everybody got taken care of, dog.
And still to this day, Adelanto, we cleared a $1.7 million debt. They're debtless because of us. Elon Musk has created the hyper tunnel, which I was lucky.
Is that still going down?
That's already been completed. So the city manager and Elon Musk met, and they discussed how we're going to bring the city of Adelanto into a metropolis. So the Adelanto Event Center is now going to be, the Adelanto Stadium is now going to be an event center. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be bringing in T-Mobile, Subway. Elon Musk created this hyper tunnel, which goes directly from Las Vegas to the city of Adelanto, California, directly. And so it spits out on a one-way street right out at the stadium.
How far is Vegas from Adelanto?
It's about 210 miles, I'd say. About
like
4.5 hours. Or from Adelanto, what, 2.5 hours, 3.5 hours?
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
Exactly. And so that's going to be a 45-minute drive now.
Is that the tunnel that like goes under?
Correct.
And then like you shoot your Tesla like a slingshot type of
Correct.
shit? All the way there.
Correct.
And that's in Adelanto?
That comes out right at the event center. It shoots right out at the event center.
No fucking.
And so what we're trying to do is we're going to create a whole epicenter of. Adelanto was one of the first to allow large grows, the green zone. We're creating jobs. We're bringing hotels. We have all sorts of infrastructure plans in the city of Adelanto that we're creating jobs, clearing debt, stimulating economy. The city manager's doing great over there. And so that's why we have, it's not like I'm just going there because I want to go there. It's a whole plan that we have and that we're rolling out, and that it takes time. Right now you're seeing everybody catching up to us and doing events like us, and they're saying, "Okay, what's next? What's next?" No, don't worry, I already got the next. Yeah. It's just not time for you to see the next. The next has already been baking in the oven.
Yeah.
Like when it's ready, Chicken Little, then you can have a piece, you know? And so that's what we're doing right now. And so you're going to be seeing things that we're bringing. Kush Drop, a box that goes directly to your house. That's a virtual reality experience where maybe you could meet Be Real in virtual reality, and you're going to Kush Stock in virtual land, and you're buying products in virtual land, and they're coming right to your house. We're going to be having events that are more catered towards the people we have lounges, 3rd and Alvarado, Jet Room LA. We're going to be doing events down there. We do them with Steezy right now. Trinidad James was performing last month.
That'd be dope. I don't know if you've seen it, or I'm pretty sure, but Travis Scott, when he did the Fortnite.
Exactly.
That'd be dope to have like a Kush Stock, the same event, type of style where you're there interacting. He's on right next to me. I'm like, what's up, fool?
Correct. And so what we're trying to do that too with the NFTs and the virtual is exactly that. Like a lot of people want to Be Real. Be Real, he's a busy man. He's got all these things going. He may not have time. But if we could set up something in a virtual reality, and now somebody could literally be sitting there smoking with B. And so we're already doing those. The time's not there yet. People ain't ready for that yet. We already have it baked and ready to roll out.
What would you say? When do you, and from today, 5 years? You think?
No, we're saying a year and a half, 2 year.
Like it'll be cool enough for
we're going to be in that right here. And we're going to be looking at our fans, and they're sitting in our audience. And I'm like, question, hit me.
Yo,
yeah, man, you remember?
You can technically do a live virtual podcast.
We're all going to have the Oculus thing?
Yeah.
And so where I'm at is that, and eventually we won't. We'll just have the glasses. We're just all with shades. Yeah. So where I'm at is that we always have these ideas. We've always been there. It's just it wasn't the time to roll them out. Timing's a huge thing. People say, why is Kush Stock so successful? They ask me all the time. I go, timing. Yeah, I did the free. Yeah, I had all the people. But if I did it 30 years ago, it wouldn't be successful.
The next one?
April 9th. April 9th.
We got to fucking...
Okay, everybody be there.
Hey, we gotta,
presented by Steezy. Everybody's going to be there. He's set up.
I'm setting up with candles and all that shit. We're doing it.
If you want a remote like this, whatever you guys want.
Yeah, let's go. We don't smoke the same.
We got Cannabis Talk 101. We got a 20-foot by 40-foot stage, LED screens that we're going to have people, videos. We can stream you live on that, whatever we can do, guys. My whole thing is like E-Zone just said, we're creating stuff. How we were just talking about the virtual thing. You said you could do it. I'm just trying to throw ideas out there. Let's make them fit. Let's make them hit so that we are making our lives better. We're improving every year. You know what's corporate to me? Making our lives better every year. Yep. I don't need that percent every year unless it's I'm healthier, I'm feeling better, I'm in a better relationship with not only myself but everybody else.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yo, that's
the percent I'm looking for every year, you know.
And man, that's crazy, man. So it's gonna be going down April 9th.
April 9th, Adelanto Stadium. It's free to get in. You don't have to be 21. Dr. K, he knows exactly how to do things. We have a car show up on the parking lot that's all ages. I have a stadium where there's cannabis activity that's 21 and over. And we have a beer garden where alcohol can be consumed.
Okay.
So we will have all three of those things going on that day.
You know, I've been tapped into the I guess beer industry, the craft beer industry.
Yep.
So I've done like 3 releases with B, like with my partners at Craft Beer Kings. I've also had 2 beer releases. I'm like, man, maybe we can see if we can get some exclusive
100%.
vending there.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, like I was like, maybe I was like, if you guys had to have a beer garden, I was like, maybe we can fucking stock it up with that Be Real beer.
Yep. Because what they do is they try and give us obstacles. The DCC, the ABC, cannabis and alcohol can't be together. Dr. K will always figure out a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. If we build it, they will come. And so we're complying with all laws.
So that makes sense because you're not supposed to have those in.
We're complying with all laws.
Doing it right. I love it. He's telling people I'm getting the shit done.
He's doing it to
the lawyers. I know he's got lawyers.
If Las Vegas can exist, he's like, yo, this is just how we have to play it out. You gotta get good at playing the fucking game, bro. And I've always been telling motherfuckers that it's like, hey, this whole shit is a game. When you lose, it's because you didn't know how to play it right.
Correct.
I was like, that's the reality of it, dog. Like when you fucking lose, it's because you didn't know how that play was not for you. There is a way to get through it.
And E-Zone's right. When I went to the meeting with Fire, Code, City, the first thing I said to him was, look at Las Vegas. And the whole Elon tunnel. I said, we're going to make it Las Vegas. Yeah, when that started, it was 1, it was 2. I go, give it 30 years. I go, you're going to have a whole strip of stuff going on. And so that's the whole mentality behind us. Just like that, Las Vegas.
These motherfuckers out there better fucking like make the time. If you're gonna like, look, I'm gonna tell you right here. Number one, get your tickets for April 16th. We're doing the live podcast in Riverside.
Oh, okay,
that's our shit. So I was like, we're doing that in Riverside. The tickets are selling out fast. But if you want to go ahead and party with us beforehand, you're gonna meet us at Kush Stock. We're gonna have a booth. Xavier's gonna have a merch in my booth. I'm gonna fucking have my candle set up and everything. And we're going to be, is it 1 day or 2 days?
1 day.
Oh, man. So you're definitely not going to miss out. Look, what you do, I'm going to tell you, here's a plan. Everybody's out of state. You want to be jumping up and down with us. you got to fucking book a hotel, right?
Yep.
Book a fucking hotel. Get out here on an early Friday. But book it in a place where you're going to be safe. You know
Holiday in Victorville. Holiday in Victorville.
Like, that's what it is. Because stoners don't like to feel that animosity. And trust me, it's not the time to budget cut. You're flying out here already. You know what I mean? Go all out. So get a nice hotel. Make sure you're good. Enjoy, like, I don't know, regular California shit the day beforehand. Get enough sleep to go to Kush Stock.
Yep.
And experience all of it because you're going to be there all day. You're going to say, I'm just going to go for a little bit. No, you're not. You're going to be there all fucking day.
Yep.
Because every fucking time they're going to just keep restocking the shelves.
Yep.
There's going to be new performers. There's going to be something going on.
Correct.
And then you stay Sunday to recuperate, hydrate that water, go get an IV drip therapy.
Yep, exactly. Those BCD vitamins.
Yeah. Bro, I kill it with those. They're like, how come you have so much energy these days? I was like, you don't know.
I like how he's gonna act like he does anything. I kill it with those. You literally just sit there and let that shit.
No, but the aftermath and the production quality of my life goes up, bro. Like I'm on my shit. But look at this. We have a calendar now. Like,
I know.
What the fuck?
Look at it. He really does have a calendar. For people wondering what the fuck's on his desk.
I had somebody
not a
ask me,
stupid calendar, but it's a calendar.
Did they start giving you on Adderall? I was like, no, I never fucking take pills, bro. I never like drugs like that.
And I see them in the office. When I go the Mondays, I always see them with the IVs. And I'm like, in the yellow bags. I'm like, they're getting ready for the week. And this is great. This is a great thing that you're seeing, guys, is that support in the chat room, too. Tell your friends to watch E-Zone. Tell your friends, get in here and support this, because the more that we support each other, the more that we grow and the more that comes out of it. If we support each other, the new things come. Like how E-Zone's saying, April 9th, Kush Stock, you're going to see Steezy bringing unreleased products. You're going to see Dabwoods bringing unreleased products.
Steezy sponsored me at one point. I fucking love their product. I was like, every time that I'll get their creative director, they'll hit me up.
Yep.
I was like, remember, they got their whole team together.
You did a commercial, dog. You did a commercial.
Yeah, bro. I've done.
Bring it back.
On, dog.
Absolutely.
I don't do commercials for a lot of companies out there because I have to stand by everything I promote.
Yep.
That's the real shit, bro. Like, I'm not going to be out there whoring myself out, bro.
Correct.
I don't need fucking, like, that's why, like you know how many times that, no disrespect, like, I'm not going to say the company, but that's, what's that, the glass blunt type shit?
Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
They approach everybody, bro. I've, like, turned that shit down. They've offered me pretty good money, but it's just like, bro, I
don't stand behind it.
I don't fucking like that shit,
Correct.
bro. Like, I think it's a great product, but it's like, I was like, I could just roll regular blunt.
Correct.
Like,
Correct.
While we're talking about that, we are looking for sponsors for the podcast.
Absolutely.
So if you do want to sponsor the show,
like, I'll smoke that glass blunt.
Smoke that glass blunt. What was it? How much?
Yeah. Nah, don't get me wrong. It's
I
just.
And that's honest review. You got the yin and the yang of life, and that's what it is. People are not going to like things. People are going to like things. There's always going to be that, and that's the great thing about life, and that's how we know what you like, because you're not falling to conformity. You're not falling for what other people are saying. You like what you like. That's why E-Zone paves his own path, because he stands on what he stands on is what he stands for.
You stick it out, bro. That's like at the end of the day, bro. It's like if you're not like you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not gonna I'm not gonna be one to follow what's in. I'm gonna make sure that one day I become what's in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, whether that takes forever or not. You know what I mean? Like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I'm also not gonna. You know, I might fucking die trying. Bro.
And God forgive us if we and the winds and the spirits, whatever you believe in, forgive us if we do. Later want to be part of it, or we, you know, whatever. It's like, hey man, thank you for showing me. I didn't really get in the beginning, you know. How many music artists have we heard the first 10 seconds? Skip it, and then a month later you hear and go, that's that hit, and you go, oh shit, I remember I was skipping that, you know.
Now it's so easy because we all know when you used to buy an album, you heard the whole album.
Yes.
Who the fuck hears the whole album? Now,
Correct.
Right? You're like,
correct.
nah, I don't like the beginning.
When was the last album?
Man, know, I found myself listening to this album yesterday, and it's like. And it's like I don't really like. It's hard for me to get into some new rap, but I fucking tripped out. You know, I mean, it started with shout out to Dizzy Wright. You know,
yep,
Dizzy,
absolutely.
He's performing at Kush Stock.
Yeah, absolutely, and he might be there at this one too.
Yeah, so Dizzy Wright hits me up yesterday, and he's like, "I think you might like this song, Brody." Right? And I'm just like, "Oh, cool." So I'm like, I'll check it out. I showed him love.
Tell him who's on it. You act
I
like
know,
it's cool.
So,
because
no,
it's
but I'm telling you the
He's
story.
setting it
Like,
up. Yeah, I know.
so I'm saying, no, so
tell him
so
what it is.
I just
bet that you literally
I reposted it, and without me listening to it, I was like, I'm gonna listen to it when I'm in the office and I'm chilling, and I actually get honest listen, but I'm just gonna support off top just because that's my homie. So I fucking supported it, and then I was like, oh shit, it's B-Real's on it. You got this fool singing this Jamaican stuff too. And I fucking listened to it, and it's this song, Promoter, right? Yo, and I'm listening to it, and at first I'm like I felt like such a dick because I'm like, I'm like, there's a reason he went out of his way to tell me you might like it. But B-Real says this line in there, and he was like, I got a bag. Let me do it in his voice. I got a bag with your name on it. He's like, I wrote, we don't smoke the same on it. Yo, and he shouted us out, and I texted him last night when I was having dinner. And I was like, you fucking, you surprised me on that, dog. Like, but salute to the big boss for that.
Of course, shout out to him. That's gonna be my new favorite song. You know what I was telling her?
You're gonna go to every podcast you do and be like, do you have a fucking shout out?
No, dog. Like, you don't know. Like, when I got my Beamer back in the day, when I was like, you know how you're 21 and you're like, all you want is to get a Beamer, just 'cause for some reason that gets the pussy in your eyes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I got this BMW, and I couldn't stop playing Beamer, Benz, and Bentley by 50 Cent. Where everybody was like, yo, stop, dog. We get it. You got a Beamer, and that's going to be me. Where I'm like, yo, you hear that?
That's the song. You just rewind it at the same time.
Yeah, I'm just going to rewind it, put it on fucking on rotate, repeat. I'm like, just play that part. Listen to that. But that was dope. That made my day.
I love it.
The album I did listen to because I was like, oh man, I was like, this shit is a vibe. Is Demrick, who's coming on here on the 16th, by the way. He did an album with Dizzy Wright. And they have an album together, and that shit, it's fucking banging, bro. It's some great stoner music. They have a song called Motivated Stoner. Yep. Fucking Medicated. What is it? Don't Worry. They got, like, you know what I mean? If you're a real fucking stoner, dog, and you're really about this shit, you enjoy that shit. Yep. Like, that's the reason Slightly Stupid concerts are fucking always sold the fuck out, bro.
Correct.
That's the reason, like, all these fucking, like, bands that do this shit, like, they're always going to show out, bro, because it's the whole generational thing, bro. Like, Cypress Hill, there's never an empty fucking show.
Correct.
Right, because people graduate to that shit, bro. People graduate into a stoner. They evolve into a fucking stoner from what is it? Watching and listening to the shit.
Yep.
Man.
And Demrick, shout out to Demrick. He should be at Kush Stock too, April 9th. So just like he's own said, we're trying to bring music that people want to see. They want to go see these people. And then you meet these people. Demrick will be right there. You can shake his hand, meet him. You know, he's that type of artist too. He's not in the ivory tower. He's not up in the VIPs, right there on the ground shaking hands, you know. And that's the whole thing too. You see that with us. People walking through the crowd all the time, like Blueface. We've had walk through the crowd, pull up in his Lambo. We've had Method Man show up, walk through the crowd, you know, that we didn't even know we're there, you know. And so that's what we love to see at Kush Stock.
I mean, that you've always been there, like, with that, man. And it's like a lot of these artists, everybody that you guys had on there pretty much has their own weed brand now.
Yeah, exactly.
You got Exhibit with Napalm.
Exactly. 2 Chainz, gas, yeah.
Yeah, so what is it? Paul Wall has that
satellite. Yep, exactly.
Everybody that you guys like.
Corrupt, Moon Rocks. Yeah, he's all everybody.
Yo, he was one of the first though. Like,
correct.
Corrupt.
Correct.
I was like,
and we were making those for him.
I feel like he should have made his own alcohol, bro.
Like, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. His own Hennessy. He should have had or
I was
something.
like, bro, you should have made your own fucking alcohol or something, my dude.
Well, and that's what we're seeing. It's funny, the departments that alcohol should be working with cannabis. That's another thing. Tobacco, cannabis don't let tobacco, blunts, like that's why all the blunts have to be hemp. They can't be tobacco based. So
Oh shit, that's a regulation.
yeah,
They're on?
yeah.
Wow.
So if it's a legal blunt in the industry, it can't be tobacco based
At all?
At all, 0%.
Oh,
In California, and so
because it would be a crossfade technically. It's
well,
still
it's just,
mixing
I think it's
drugs
just
in their eyes.
yes, and so they don't like the departments crossing either. Alcohol with cannabis, cannabis with tobacco.
Wow. So whenever you buy technically a blunt at a dispensary,
It's hemp.
not-
It's a hemp
Yeah,
wrap.
it's not a swisher.
It's not a swisher. It's not a
a
tobacco
backwoods.
base. Correct.
Wow.
No tobacco.
I mean yeah.
Yep.
Wow, I
That's the
didn't know
reason
that.
we
That
can't.
makes sense.
That's the reason on the 16th at Riverside we can't smoke in the minute because they have the alcohol license,
Yeah.
but like it's an historic Riverside, so they have that historic alley where we could just smoke the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Well, in California, that's a thing too. You know, they're very strict on the indoor smoking.
I understand,
you know.
though.
Yeah. It's
For us, we can handle it. Some people imagine being drinking. It's your first time and you want to hit this blunt. It's just I understand. Like
life's crazy. It's like you want people. Skid Row's a prime example. You want people to be free and not have to pay rent and live, but it's like at the same time, if you look how wild that is, it's like, geez, if we let people just do whatever they want, madness and chaos will ensue. So
it's a safari.
it's the jungle. Yeah, we're in the jungle.
Dude, it's tough out there, dude. You walk by and you're like, I'm so glad I'm not there.
So even though KUSHSTOCK's free and we allow everybody to have as much fun as you want, we do an example like gambling, 3-card Monte, things like that. I always put the stop on that.
Oh yeah, dude.
I
like,
always
that
put
shit
the stop
always
on that.
happens,
You
bro.
There's
know.
always someone trying to.
No, bro,
trying to
like in
come
the
up.
bathrooms, dog. That's where it goes down, bro. Like the bathrooms is always
For real?
Yeah, bro. There's always like
That's
these
a
like
problem?
there's always like these 3 brothers in there fucking kicking it in there.
Because
Like,
people will gamble, and
How
then
does it go down? Let's see.
so you go in there and then like they'll have like a crowd of like 5 or 6 fools, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is pretending to fucking gamble, and he's winning, and then obviously somebody's high and feeling good. They probably hit the beer garden.
Yep.
And they're like, oh man, I'm gonna get these fools.
An addiction.
I'm gonna get these fools for the fucking money. Or they say something to provoke you.
Yep.
You know, say that I ain't no bitch. I'm gonna gamble, and then they fucking get you, and then when you try to get it, then they gang up on you.
correct.
So
And
like that
it's-
shit, they get kicked out first, bro.
And so that's a whole thing with
Yeah.
KUSHSTOCK. Even though I want people to do whatever they want, yeah, I even want them guys playing the games, but I don't want the problems that come with it. So we got to regulate, you know. And so that's the thing with KUSHSTOCK. We want everybody to have fun, but at the same time, it's safe. We make sure it's safe. LBGQ community, everybody can come through. Everybody can be there. All the soups can be there. All the people can be there. All the suits can be there. Everybody can be there. And that's the whole thing with KUSHSTOCK is that I got a space for everybody. You know, transgender, gay, straight, anything, any course that you're by yourself, you're into yourself, and you want to be with yourself. We got a spot for you, man. I got a whole mirror and photo booth for you.
Hey,
What's that called?
The narcissist section. You know, wherever you want to be, it's for you, and that's the whole thing.
There was this at one point I remember that when I saw this I was like, now this is just some other level shit. When I saw the massage section,
Yes,
Oh my
exactly,
God, bro.
exactly.
So there was, I was like that shit. I was like, okay, come on, dude, how much gooder is it gonna get? Like, if I wanted to stay here, so there would just be like a section where like. And I knew some of these fools were on Sid, bro. Like, like they're like on acid. So not the massage people, but like the people getting them.
Yeah.
So they like you would just go there and just get a fucking massage after you're done getting high, bro. Like how good does that feel, bro? Like I remember I got one after working the booth. I was
Yeah.
like, I was
A
like,
4-hour day, 6-hour day.
Yeah, just fucking. They're like licensed therapists, bro. They have their license right there next to the fucking bed.
Yeah.
Bro. So it's just like I'm like, oh man, this is.
There's another
You
massage.
just putting tips in there, and like their tip jar looks awesome, bro. A tip jar and like these events is like the best, bro, because it's gonna be like they'll be like $20.
Yep.
Somebody throws this shit
Yep.
in. The other person,
Yep.
oh, let me throw this shit
Yep,
in.
exactly.
Don't throw that, like, and at the end, you're like, holy shit. Like, you're like, I came up. Like, you don't even need to buy your weed no more.
Correct. And we've always, like you said earlier, the girls, we were working with this group, the Medicated Barbies, and we always had the girls around. The girls was a big thing. The guys was a big thing. Dr. K, the Hefner of pot. You know, we always were trying to make it like this. Everybody have fun. The Hefner of pot. Remember, we'd be going around, and so Dabs Mag, we'd be doing the interviews. Remember? So that's what I'm saying. Las Vegas.
I think that's still on the internet.
It is,
So
absolutely.
for Dabs if you could look up Dabs Magazine, and when people ask me, they're like, hey, E-Zone, how come you have such, like, how come you know what to put in your candles? How come you have this fucking 10K piece fucking just sitting here and all this shit?
What
And like,
you got? I know you walked in
like,
there with something.
bro, so this fool had this thing called Dabs Magazine, right? and there was nobody there was nobody like he's like, hey, I want you to, he's like you can do your thing, you can go ahead and handle this. He's like, go out there, interview these glass blowers. Nobody's fucking doing it. Me and this fool fucking go to Vegas, dog. And I remember that shit. You remember we got pulled over?
Yes.
I was driving like 150. I felt so bad, dude.
And I said, we were smoking a joint. I threw the joint out the window. He knew. He said he'd give it to me. And I went in the trunk and I said, there's an ounce here. Just take the ounce. Yeah. He went to E-Zone. I see some wax. Give him the shit.
The audacity. I was so nervous.
The cop was kind of cool.
Very cool. Yeah. He let us go. But we definitely, when we got there, we were all hyped with all this shit. When we arrived, we're all kind of like,
Yeah, but you got stripped.
We got stripped.
You guys were with the homies, though.
Well, and that was the thing. We started doing the interviews because we were doing the Dabs magazine and E-Zone. That's the thing. We had an opportunity to practice and get into, doing what we're doing now.
I interviewed like every single heady artist in the fucking game, bro. Like, cause that's the convention where they all meet up, and some of these fools.
Las Vegas?
You got them. No, it was
Age.
Before. Age. I don't think Age is even around anymore. Yeah.
Nope.
So. Yeah, shout out to, was it Eric?
Eric and his wife,
yeah. Shout out to Eric and his wife. Fucking, I got to enjoy some of the best times with my favorite glass blowers. That's when I built my Muller glass collection. I got to meet Hitman Glass Dougie. Fucking, when he had his booth, they would just take this whole, resort, and just every room was a different, a different booth. And they'll just go take orders. And I just remember getting so much heady fucking glass. My first glass piece by Domino. I would be interviewing. I had the first interview with, I think it's Banjo Glass.
Yep.
And he had been in the forest for like fucking 20 years,
Correct.
bro. And then like, you're like, how the fuck are, he has like 14 kids or some shit, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, like he has like 14 kids. His total fucking look makes the craziest fucking glass ever, bro. Craziest.
Dan Balzerian, 90K chandelier and shit. Yeah.
So
I
like,
mean, I worked at Ziggy, so I know.
That shit, like the top of the top.
Top of the shit.
Like he would be in that collaboration, but this motherfucker sticks to himself. So he's just like very super wook. I have an interview with them. If you really look it up on YouTube, and you
Dabs
type in Magazine.
And you see E-Zone, he'll be on the cover.
I'll be there just doing live.
And like you said, what was the piece that I was going to bring in? And so that was an example. Evil Glass, him and his wife, EVOL.
Oh, with the fucking
Dabbachinos.
Yes.
So he had the 10, the 14, the 18, the original molds. So we bought all three of the original molds. We met him. Then when I was hanging out with him and Dougie, they created the Torchachino. So it's this torch that's built into the rig, if you've ever seen the torches.
Yeah, E-Zone has one.
And so we have those. And so what it is that it's the one that Dougie got sued by Starbucks and lost that one. So Starbucks, and so we have.
That was a big deal.
We have
bro.
the three originals.
Can you explain to people that don't know? I have seen the piece because I know.
So the piece is Starbucks' cup that they have with the lady on there, and so it's Dabbachino was what it was called. And so the Dabbachinos, Dougie eventually got a lawsuit put on him, and Evil Glass did from Starbucks because they were too much of a likeness and using their image. And so that actually resolved into they lost that dispute. They lost it to Starbucks and cease and desist making those. And so we have the three original molds of the 10, the 14, the 18. I think Lure George, Stern, I think has one. I have them. And then the Torchachino. And so stuff like that. And then an example, like one of our greatest pieces is the Qbert Arcade. Yeah. And so that one was made by... Pinky, I think, and somebody else, Liquid. I'm not sure, but it's
at the Hitman Glass coffee shop.
So it's an arcade.
So it's like a literally like an arcade box.
Mm-hmm.
So dope.
And it's all made out of glass. And I remember you have made that shit. Right?
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Right when it landed, we took it to the event.
Yeah,
and we were letting people hit a $30,000 piece.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Ziggy.
Pre-COVID.
That was for sure pre-COVID.
Bro, like nobody fucking got sick ever.
Correct. Correct. No alcohol swipes, nothing like.
I got to hit the spaceship.
Okay,
from Ziggy's, the one they all worked on.
Yep.
Like 100,000 KPs.
Correct.
And that's just because I worked there. Like, it was part of like, yo, you're working on the project. They let us hit it, but people were paying to hit it. Like, it was, can you take a picture of me? And they were like, and it was because it's a $100,000 piece. Like, no one's buying this. Like, I think Dan Balzerian asked to like throw down a number, and he was like. Because you have to be
correct.
You understand what type of piece this is. It has to come like in different
sections. Yeah,
sections. They have sections. I don't know how you clean it.
Right.
Like, I don't know how you clean this shit right here, but it was wild to watch. I was so thankful.
And shout out to Grunge for giving us gallons that we can clean these pieces with. Grunge off. So you soak it. Exactly.
Is that the green one?
The green one. Yeah. Sheldon Black. Yep.
Yo, Sheldon Black. Do you remember? The Headroom Gallery?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
And his wife, Liz.
That was my first intro into anything, bro. I remember before I even got hired here, I used to be on Weed Tracker. You remember Weed Tracker?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I used to be on Weed Tracker.
Ezo's bringing it back. That's it. Totally.
I used to be on Weed Tracker, and I remember like when these shops would have specials, I would just look it up, and I'm like, yo, they're giving you like 2 free eights.
Yep. Yep.
And I would just go there and be like, oh, you referral.
Or first time customer, you get a free.
Every time,
Yep.
bro. And I just remember looking at all that shit, bro. I'm just like, it takes me back, dude.
Yep.
Like, god damn.
Because I remember when we did 710 Club, and that was later in life, but where we were getting people was buy one, get one.
The Headroom Gallery was, to explain to you, Xavier, so it was pretty fucking sick. Like,
Yeah.
It's like somebody would make a TikTok video out of now. So it would be like hidden room in smoke shop. So you'd walk, it's a regular smoke shop in the front. You could go in there and get
Glass
smoke.
They got
cabinets.
cigarettes. They got
Smoke shop.
the regular smoke shop.
Yep.
And every week there would be a different password.
Yep.
And you would walk in there and just say the password to the clerk, and then he'll let you walk into the back, and there'll be a bookshelf or something like that, and they'll pull it, and it's like a SWAT, and they'll lead into this like dab bar, fool. And this shit, like you could rent out. Like I remember I hit what's the honey? Who makes the honey bear?
Kurt. Yeah.
What is it?
Kurt B. Or?
Yeah, Kurt B.
Yeah.
There was like this honey bear fucking rig, and it's worth like $25,000 or something. I remember I rented it out for $25 or something like that, and I fucking got to hit it, and I felt like so dope. I would go there every fucking week to rent out a different rig because I couldn't, you're a baby, I couldn't afford this shit. So I'm like, that's how I got to meet different people, dog.
And like you're saying, that's before Moxie had Moxie. The employees of Moxie, they were there at the Headroom Gallery. Tim Secret Sesh, before Secret Sesh, was working at the Headroom Gallery.
Even though I'm not allowed, I still remember that, dude.
So it's things like that where you see these people where they started, and so what we're seeing now is, and that, like Ezone said, that was an amazing place where it was this hidden bookshelf, and when it went in, it was this wood floor. It was so nice and elegant. It was, you could get high, and so shout out to Sheldon Black.
And then they had the sink to clean the shit. Yo, I hosted a few events there, like somewhere later, like when it was it had gone through different owners, but I remember I had these events that I would call the headiest night because they wouldn't let you rent out rigs anymore. So I still wanted to incorporate that. So I had
Why'd that stop? Who broke it? What'd they break?
Exactly. Like what piece did they break?
For
Exactly.
them to stop that, it sounds like a cool thing. You go in there.
No,
like,
I don't think
I rent that, or did someone get herpes or something? Because that.
It was a private collection. That's what it was. So
Correct.
it's like somebody was just like, yo, I'm going to take my rigs back.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
So,
and Keep It Glassy was who brought a lot of them.
Yeah, Keep It Glassy, yeah.
Right.
I had, what is it? I did the headiest night. So I had people just pull up because they knew that was a spot. And they would bring their heady rigs. So it would be like a combination of everybody. I'll bring my shit. And I would bring all my rigs, bro. I had like at least like, I remember during that, I don't have a lot of those rigs. I sold some of them. But I remember I had
How many do you have now?
I only have I keep good for. That's it. You know what I mean? It became too much because that table from one of those nights, I would say it was like good $70,000 worth of glass that I had from my collection. And it was just sitting there, and I was like, man, this is crazy. I'm bringing these people together, but I'm like, this is also crazy. It can break.
Correct.
Yeah. Like this is also crazy.
That's the most nervous feeling of it.
Yeah, like that's. But you also gotta remember though, man. Like when you're buying glass, like B-Roll told me this shit a long time ago. He was like, hey man, he's like, I've had glass pieces that I like. He's like, you gotta remember when you buy glass, it can break.
So I'll tell you two quick ones.
Yeah, but you can take care of it way better. Like,
no, he's like, you gotta remember that at any point,
glass
it
breaks.
can break.
My father taught me that glass
this?
breaks. And then let me just say about the Be Real. One time, B and me were at his house, and he's unwrapping a 5 or 6 foot zong that he just got, a huge one that me and him went to some event to. Me and B were always going out together, and so he
has like some pictures like it's.
So B me hit the bong. It's just me and him in the house, no one else. We take one hit. We look at each other. Cool. We hit it. B goes, puts it back, dumps the water out, hits it on the edge of the sink, and breaks it. We literally took 2 hits out of this giant zong, and then it broke. So it was hilarious. Glass breaks. Yeah. So Ezone's got this Dab Woods here. This is a great company that we're coming out with, Dabs Wood. Shout out to Sam. They're going to be found everywhere. They're already in a lot of shops. This is a 2 gram rechargeable disposable.
Yeah, 2 grams.
So 2 gram in here, and this is a rechargeable disposable. Sorry, 1 gram recharge. We have the 2 gram coming out. So I apologize.
And
this one's
a disposable, a rechargeable disposable.
Correct.
I've been sat there with the disposable where you see like half the cork because maybe you hit it like a little bitch. I don't know why. I can't finish it.
That's like the Stizzy pen. So it's like, but it's
correct.
rechargeable. That's cool.
Correct.
And I ain't gonna lie, man. Like you know me though. Like when I have.
They taste good?
These right
Good.
here.
No, I smoked the blunt. I'm gonna smoke the joint right now.
So the hash holes, doobies. A shout out to Son Doobie hash holes.
You still kicking with that fool?
We still kicking. We still be
I
doing.
gotta have him on.
Absolutely
will.
will.
Hit him on, let's do
He's
it.
gonna be April 9th. He'll
That's
be
on
there.
fire.
Basewoods, Grow Kings. Shout out to Grow Kings, Space Woods, Base Rocks.
Ray asked him. He asked him when he was. He's like. Yeah, like they asked him, he's like, "Yo, do you remember E-Zone?" And he was like, "Where is he, man?" Like, I'm so sad, but it just means it's gonna build up because it just takes me back. I'm like, man, those times kicking it with you in Hollywood, bro. I remember numerous times being in the back seat, just like rolling around.
Yeah, everywhere. Let's go.
Rainbow.
Let's go. Yeah.
The rainbow, everywhere. Let's go. Just kicking it there, bro. Just always at this fool's house, and I'm like, yo, what if this fool just tells me to leave one day?
No, never
did, bro.
Never.
And then who was the big dude you kicked it with too?
Black Label Dave or
No, the fat dude, Pigpen.
Pigpen.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pigpen. Absolutely.
You gotta be fat to be named Pigpen, dog. That's a fat
No,
motherfucker.
he's a funny.
He's the first guy that he had a money counter that was you could take on the go. It was like a portable money counter, and he'd have a Uzi, and he was riding in a limo, and he'd be riding in the back of a limo. And shout out to Pigpen, crazy ass motherfucker, crazy ass motherfucker.
Crazy motherfucker. Uzi in a limo with a
portable money counter, portable.
Whoa, this sounds
That
like
was
a
a
movie
fucking
character.
mountain man.
He
Dog.
is.
like-
He's in the mountains right now. I just talked to him 2 days ago. He's
he
in
still
the.
big?
He's still a big guy. Yeah, bless his soul. Bless his.
Like
He's
side
lost
dick
weight.
big? Like side dick big?
No, he's bigger, bro. Like he's just. Well, I mean, I don't know. Like I don't think maybe he's not on Instagram no more or whatever it is.
He went off the map. He went off.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, because he would just troll motherfuckers for a while.
Yep.
And it was the best, dog. Like you would have liked following him, dog. He used to fucking troll motherfuckers so much, dog. Like, oh my god, bro. There was people that would just be like, whoa, like
Just quit. Just rage quit
Like,
after that.
Yeah, it was, and this dude was a funny ass motherfucker. He was just.
And the thing is, we need to clear out some of the bullshit. You know, there was a lot of bullshit. And the thing is, we're good people. There's good people like E. There's good people like B, like me. And we got to let that cream rise to the top, you know, and let all the other junk go to the, not go to the bottom, just get it out the room. I don't want anybody to ever fail or not get good things in life, but they got their own place over there. You know, everybody has their little areas that they should be focused on.
Yeah, that is, man. Those days are just all fucking bringing me back, man. The rainbow. Do you ever been to the rainbow, Xavier?
No, I have no idea what that is.
I don't. Well, now it's very fucking trendy, bro. But
It is. And so, with example of the Rainbow Bar and Grill would be exactly that. Would be, I remember B, and the whole thing was B. B was the key to the Rainbow Bar and Grill. Be real. And so the thing was, Mario Maglieri owned this place called the Rainbow Bar and Grill on Sunset Boulevard in West Hollywood by Doheny, 9000 Sunset.
next to the Viper Room.
Next to the Roxy.
The Roxy, yeah.
Okay, right down from the Key Club, right across from the Viper Room.
Okay,
the whiskey.
Might be at.
Yep.
Okay.
And so what it was Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, people through the years, and you see them Motley Crue, you see them all on the walls, all the pictures, everything would go there. It's a rock and roll bar. It's a rock and roll restaurant and bar. Motorhead Lemmy especially.
R.I.P.
Exactly. And they have a whole thing for him. And so what it was when I was around, this is probably 2002, 2003, I have this girl that's a friend of ours. What was her name? Adriana? From back to Adriana. Shout out to Adriana for introducing me to Be Real. I said this story the other day. She says, yeah, we're going to go up to the Rainbow Bar and Grill. We were already kind of going up there. I didn't know about Be Real at the time. I was going up there just having dinner because it's a cool spot. They are all exactly. They got good Italian food. Exactly, a great pizza. And so I'm up there, and this group says, "Hey, I know this other group, and they're friends with Be Real." This group of guys is friends with this Be Real guy. And at the time, I didn't really put two together. I'm not starstruck at all by any ways. You know, and that's why I work with the DLD.
Like, you were like, Cypress Hill, so you weren't like, I know who Be Real is.
Correct.
Like, yeah.
And to me, it was just more. I was already. Let's just go up there. So these girls are there. Hey, and they ask B, and I think Kenj was, and I know Kenj was right there. Hey, can this guy come hang out with us? They give the nod, like, yeah, it's cool. It's just him. He's not a threat. Let him come over. So I'm sitting between B and Kenj, and I'll never forget. I was a stoner. I grew aeroponics with my dad since I was a kid. My dad lived in Amsterdam. I grew with him. I knew.
I knew. With your dad, your pop still around?
Pop smoked with Bob Marley. Pop's is still alive. He's still around.
What?
Exactly. He smoked with Bob Marley. Bob Marley's quoted, Thai sticks from Thailand and a spliff? No way, man. Bob Marley's saying that to my dad, how big a joint he's rolling Bob Marley. And so I'm smoking fucking heavy. I'm between B. I'm between Kenj. First time meeting them. Great story, Rainbow Barn Grill. They passed me the joint. It's that big. I take a hit. I'm like, give it to Kenj. I'm like 3 minutes in, and I look at Kenj. I go, what was that? He's like, oh, they call that OG. You know, they call that Kush.
What year was this? Do you know?
02, 03.
02, 03. Okay, okay.
And I'm like, yo, what do you mean? Like, I've smoked
Iconic,
everything.
Iconic was a good-
I've smoked everything. And this was the time when they were hitting up Nate Dogg's team. They were giving them at 7,200. Like, that was no problem. 7,200 at that time was no problem. And so I was looking at him. I said, yo, what was that? Oh, man, they call that OG. That's Kush. Da-da-da-da-da. And I remember looking at him, and then I looked at the girl, and I went, I've never been this high before. I have never been this high, and I smoke pounds, I smoke hash, I've done hash gravity bongs, and I was like, whatever the fuck that was, I've never hit something like that before. And from that day on, it was like
was it called?
Voltron.
The 2.0, right?
No, it was before the 2.0. It was just called Kush. I think at the time it was just Kush. And it wasn't even, you couldn't even say Kenja's name back then. So it was just like, and bless us now, I hope we can. I'm just spilling your name out, Kenj, I'm sorry.
People know, bro. He has a whole
Exactly. But back then you couldn't even say that. And back then it was
Salute
even
to
two
Sensei.
guys. It was two guys, and he knows it was two guys, and it was one in the valley, one downtown. You're the one downtown. And if you knew it had red hairs compared to lime green, where it came from. And so that's how exclusive it was back then.
Pineapple Express. Remember
You
when the person
exactly.
picked it up, it was like,
He knew. He knew.
And then they're like, I only sold this to two people.
Exactly.
So these two motherfuckers.
Exactly.
Someone's fucked up.
So there wasn't even names back then. Like the one that we had, but when I was in it, was Kevorkian because it would kill you. You know, and I don't even think it was a straight name. It was just like the Chronic. Like that wasn't the name of the weed. It was a Chronic, you know? And so that's where, and then that evolved into Mouse and me and us kind of like seeing this whole formation of, it's going to become something. It's going to be name brands. It's going to be stores. It's going to be nation global. Like it's going to get there, you know, and now it is. And I remember us just kind of talking about it and now seeing it. And it's so good that we're here. I'm so glad that we are here. And I'm so proud of Be Real for making it a legit legal thing. Kenji, myself, Mouse. Mouse is a fucking soldier, bro. This dude has been around the world and fought countless of obstacles to get to where he's at. Yep. And so people like that, there's people in this industry that, you know, are immigrants.
That dude's as G as they come.
Bro, that are immigrants that came into this country to make something happen, that get extradited because of fucking marijuana or whatever, and they're fighting to be here. Like, that's some real shit, man.
I can tell you've been obviously in the game for a long time. What do you think about it getting legalized? Is it getting legalized right? Is it not getting legalized? What do you think about this? Are people getting shot out where that shouldn't be?
So
too much money to go in and start in the game?
If, you know, because I work with the DOD, if you guys really seen how they want it to be ran, it's not fun at all. It's not fun at all. You can pass them all, whatever you want. That's the sugar. I have some diamonds. I got crumble, batter. They want it to be just so monetized and everything cake batter. Hand me the big one, Adam, too. We'll put it on camera so they know.
This is how he rolls.
This is how he rolls.
He's like, I know where I'm going.
I did. Didn't I said we got to load up. We're gonna go see E-Zone. You know. Yeah. Oh no, here E-Zone. Get this one. Here, I'll get you a credit. I brought some for E-Zone. Oh, right here. Shout out to some rosin.
Oh, nice.
Right here. That was a thing too. When I was just telling my boy back in the day that he's got a big one. Back in the day, Honeybee Extractor was these two dudes from Canada in 03. And my dad introduced me to these dudes, and my dad was in Amsterdam. We're talking about extracting. So Moroccan. We get these pounds of Moroccan and we put it in the Pyrex bowls. Absolutely. And we'd be blasting the BHO on the hashish, thinking that's what people wanted. But realistically, we didn't realize they just wanted the BHO. We were making like jelly hash with BHO and hashish, thinking that that's what the customer wanted. But really, they just wanted BHO. They just wanted sugar, diamonds, crumble. The new thing's the diamonds. The diamonds is hot. The rosin, everybody's wanting the rosin right now. Yep, that's that. That's rosin right there.
That's crazy. I've never seen it like that.
Right?
Yeah, that's
Always innovating.
I mean, yeah, I've never seen it like that. All of a sudden, it'll be like, the mic doesn't work. I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking smoking.
And what he's got is like almost a crystal clear, almost like a diamond, but rosin. Because what happens when you break off them trichromes, they should be crystals. That's what they are.
It tastes great.
Right? Clean.
Always fucking one step ahead of the game.
And Vader, that's another thing. When we're coming, I know you're probably paying over 20 right now in the shop, and that's not our choice. I'm going to put the price on the box at 20 and under, just like Arizona iced tea. What we're trying to do is bring all our products to be $20 and under, so it's for the people. We don't want people paying over $20 for our products.
That's great. Man, I remember for a while, Vader wasn't around.
Yep.
I still have like one of these little fucking pods. You know what I mean? Like the little with the little stickers, Vader Extracts, and then just.
We went out to Vegas for a while. We dealt with the ups and downs of that, franchising the name, licensing the name.
Oh, fool, these fools are the only fools, dog, that got hit up by Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
straight up, dog.
Thank you, Mickey, for looking out for us.
Walt Disney the Nazi hit you up?
Not on this, on the Vader. On the Vader.
Bro, like
Walt Disney the Nazi hit you up.
On the Vader.
Don't you dare talk about Walt Disney like that,
He's
bro.
a Nazi, bro. He's a
He
full-on
fucking
Nazi.
put some respect on his name.
I love the mouse. I do love the mouse. So what it was with the Vader, we were using the image, and they didn't really like that we were using the image itself of Vader.
How close to it was it?
No, it was the image. It was exactly. We did the whole thing.
Like you didn't even
Vader extra. No, it wasn't. We were the dark side. You chose choose a side, and so that we had to get rid of. That's why you see it now. It's this now, just the name. And if you see, we've changed the V to be connected, so those other guys don't get mad when we do that.
That's great.
I remember, So two people didn't get mad.
So two companies didn't get mad, exactly.
Fucking Nazis. You know what I mean?
No, I remember when did it happen? It was at one of the events.
It was, and I don't exactly.
This was wild,
she knows who your husband is. You know who your husband is, and she came over.
Explain this to me. What happened?
She came over, and her husband took a picture, and her husband's a lawyer for Disney. And about a few months later, we got some papers in the mail. But she knows who she is. She knows.
Oh, there was some girl acting like a spy.
Yeah, she's
fucking
very
double
well
agent.
known, and her husband works for Disney.
Oh,
and
shit.
she called
6ix9ine over there.
the Rata. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
6'9", she's 6'9"
6'9",
on us. Exactly. She starts 6'9" us. Exactly.
6'9", you guys.
And that's okay because now we figured it out and we're moving forward. It's I still got this one too. Tinker. That's not Tinker. That's Winker. Exactly.
That's
and so
wild,
what
man.
it is
Bounce
we're
around
just
THC dust instead of normal dust.
what we're seeing is that it's going to get there. So federal, I see it going in the year 2023 because of who I work with. They're going to release this license called unlimited canopy space. So once they release that license, that means that that a permit is going to be allowed for you to grow unlimitedly on a plot of land. Right now there's square footage, there's plant counts, there's certain rules and regulations. Well, once that happens, we've already seen that companies like Microsoft, Virginia Slims, the Anheisers are going to come into the cannabis space, and they already are. The people I meet with, they're definitely associated with these people. They're senators. They're connected with these Tilrays are all connected together. Everybody's connected. And so federal legalization, because somebody talked to me about psilocybin mushrooms the other day.
That's the new wave, huh?
That's the new wave.
Is that the new wave?
It's the new wave.
So
And-
for all the people that fucking are wondering, like, yo, what's going to be next? Yeah, we're sponsored, actually. Shout out to...
Exactly.
You can show you how to grow them. You want to do the shout out?
We tried
to do it now.
Can I
You wanna
open?
do the ad read?
Yeah.
Yeah, do the ad read now.
All right, so by the way, this show is sponsored by the good people at California Magic Farms. Salute to you guys, everybody who's wondering about, the interest in psychedelics and these wonderful supplements. You can go ahead and get it all at CaliforniaMagicFarms.com. You go ahead and type in the special code word WDSTS, and it'll save yourself some money as a quick thank you for being a listener / viewer that we don't smoke the same podcast. make sure you use that shit at the end and save yourself some money because they got substrate, they got soil, they got spores, they sell it all. And I'm telling you, this is the next wave for everybody who's out there. So might as well get familiar with growing these. You don't have to grow them in shit no more.
Correct.
You can go ahead and fucking grow them with California Magic Farms.
Absolutely.
Homies made some good batch. You saw his batch already yet?
Hey, dude, I gave a chocolate to like. All right, so like when I thought some.
What'd you do his own
I thought
activities?
I
similar
fucking
to kid activities.
okay, so I fucking put it. I put the sticker on the chocolate, and I was like, okay, it has a mushroom on it. I thought you would have just put 2 and 2 together. And the person was like, I just ate the whole thing. I didn't fucking know.
What person? Who?
It's a supporter.
They forgot their name.
And I get a DM, and they were just like, dude, what was in this chocolate dip? I'm tripping out. And this shit's strong as fuck. What edible is this? And I was like, bro, that's like it came with a California Magic Farm sticker. Like it had a mushroom. He was like, oh shit. He's like, all right, man, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Let me prepare.
No, he was going through it. Like you could tell, he's like, what the fuck? I'm high as shit. Like.
And that's what you're seeing. So when I was asked about the mushrooms, I said, I don't know how fast they're going to move on these because it is happening very quickly because they haven't legalized cannabis yet. And to me, they're working on this right now. There's individuals, I don't know if I can say his name, but he's definitely getting grants. He's doing studies in Florida under mushrooms. He's a big part of a huge company. So the mushroom movement's definitely happening. Right now, you're always going to hear, well, this city legalizer, they're doing studies on it, but it is still federally illegal. Yeah, Same with marijuana.
Marijuana's federally
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so
you
don't
get caught in a forest, a national forest, you're fucked.
And,
like, people don't understand that. You could be in California, but if you're in a national forest, you're technically breaking federal law. They can fuck you hard.
I actually had,
and they will fuck you.
And they will. They're little assholes. They love doing that shit because surprise. They love the surprise.
I got caught up in Griffith Park, bro, and the only reason. Because I go hiking there, bro. Sometimes I show up blazing. Thankfully, knock on wood, is a lady. But this was about a couple years ago. My best friend got married, and I was like, "Oh fuck it, let's go smoke." And my friend was back from the Marines, and he was in uniform. And they fucking go everywhere. And then the ranger was like, "Everybody fucking stand still." Like you know what I'm saying? And then he was like, "I'm gonna tell you right now." He's like, "Put that shit out." The only reason I'm not fucking putting it out for you guys on some shit. It's because he fucking served. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, we're fucking getting drunk after this, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but...
Drinks on me right there.
That fucking saved us, like, bro, like, because he was a Marine. Like, that dude knew he was like, I'm a fellow Marine. Yep. So I had some fucking respect. You know? Yeah, I was like, oh, shit. And they don't play around.
They don't. And the forest fires. You know, there's a huge thing that they trip on. So it's... And California, everywhere's a forest. Like he's saying, you go to Griffith, you could be fucking driving and you're still in the park. Yeah. You know, so... Just be smart out there. I tell people, I don't like to lie about what cannabis does, what cannabis does. It can make us sleepy. It can make us forget things. It can give me the munchies. It ain't killing nobody. But at the same time, be smart. Don't be smoking in your car, per se. You can get a DUI. You know, I do. We all do. Just be careful. Be smart. Because more that we look stupid, the more it looks stupid. So the more that we can educate ourselves and kind of look professional, but don't be under their thumb too. Smoke it, light it, burn it. You know.
No, it's about really, like I said, the freedom. It comes back to knowing how to play the game right.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna fucking if I'm if I'm smoking in my car, and I come across an intersection, you gotta know to put that shit down.
Correct.
You know, turn the fucking AC on. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna be breaking the law, doing this shit right.
Correct. Well, and that's the whole rainbow thing. I got off on that. What the whole thing was, why it started getting to this boiling point with Be Real and us and the cops and it being now this place where you could smoke, was one day we were there and we were all hanging out heavy. Me and B, I was doing my thing. We were all doing our thing as a group. And we had the whole patio took over. It was us hanging out. And I remember the sheriffs came up one time. And me and my buddy Russell were sitting at a table, poor kids, Dougie's brother, and we're sitting there, and B's over there, and the cops come up, and they're over the thing, and he says, man, you guys got to roll them so big, we can smell you up at the Key Club, right? And this is me just being a fucking authority shit talker, like, and again, you know, I am lucky. am not lucky, but I'm fortunate enough because of maybe my situation of my skin color. I might not be thrown into situations that aren't horrible.
That's not your fault, though. That's what
And
I hate
that's what
to
I'm
tell
saying.
people. That's not your fault.
Because
Like,
of that, though, I was always
flex on
kind of
it.
stand up and protect. And so what was happening was they were fucking with us, and I'll never forget because that was definitely the breaking point of the moment. And that was a breaking point between all of us, too. It was the cop came in, and I told him, do we got a problem? And he was like ignoring me. And he was focused on my buddy Russ, our buddy. And I said, do we got a problem? And I knew they were going to fuck with Russ. And I said, do we got a problem? And he looked dead at me, this black officer. And I said, do we got a problem? And he goes, we do now. And I looked at him and I said, Measure G in 2007 in West Hollywood makes marijuana the lowest priority. If someone's jaywalking right now, you need to focus and go to that instead of bother us.
Is that real? Is that
100%. That's a real law.
This was always known that.
And so
that's why I love hearing that. Like,
and I looked at him and I did this. I stood up and I went to his ear. I went right to his ear. And all the officers did this. And I said, I would never embarrass you in front of your constituents. And I sat back down and he turned around and left. I heard that caused a huge stink with the lieutenant and Mario Magliari and everybody, and they called B and was like, what the fuck? This dude's telling people this shit. But from that moment on, it was known that you could fucking be smoking at the Rainbow and the sheriffs ain't gonna be fucking with you. From that moment on, B and them already been smoking. It was cool. B allowed it, and he kept it cool. And I boiled it over.
There, yeah.
And I boiled it over to, nah, motherfuckers, we doing this shit. If you want to come tell us what to do, that ain't happening. And that did ruffle some feathers because we weren't supposed to be doing it like that. But from that moment on, that's when it became this hotspot where people were bringing rigs. Not became a hotspot. B already made it the hotspot. B, it was the hotspot. Just made it to where it was this place where anybody would be like, Rainbow, you could bring a rig. You could bring this. You could do this. You could do whatever you want because the cops ain't going to say shit to you.
All the Jerry K's started.
Jerry K. Exactly. That's what I mean by it. You got that crowd starting to come in, not the originals, which would be B, Kenj, myself, things like that. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I mean, because he would pack the shit out too, man. And I'm like, man, the fuck can't eat pizza no more.
Yeah, and that's what was the ruffled feather was it became this place that wasn't this gem.
I've never had the
It was
pizza.
this-
You guys are literally making me.
No,
just
you
wanna
got
go
to.
have
Yeah,
pizza
you got
there.
to. Get the napkins, dab some of the grease, and you're good to go. Yeah, and you're good to go, right? The square cheese balls and
Let's go.
What is it? That venue next door is pretty legendary.
the Roxy. So Lou Adler,
course, yeah,
that's where they
Roxy,
shot
yeah.
the Cheech and Chong. Yeah, Up in Smoke. So
Yeah, that's-
now One Oak is Key Club. That used to be called the Key Club. That's called One
One
Oak
Oak's
now.
still around?
It's still right there. Yeah. Yep. So it's called One
Yeah,
Oak.
that's a big
That ain't
franchise.
going
That ain't
nowhere,
gonna
dog.
go.
That ain't going
Yeah,
nowhere.
and then Whiskey A Go Go, which Mario, rest in peace, Mario Magliari. He's not with us no more, but they
Did
own.
he recently pass?
Yeah, a couple. Yep, exactly. And then he owns the Rainbow, and then he owns the whiskey too. So.
Damn.
And who? Oh, Miguel. Miguel passed. Oh my God! If you're if you, rest in peace, Miguel. But if you're not, I'm sorry. But geez, yeah, the chef Miguel. Yeah. There's a prime example of giving somebody a chance. This dude was a trumpet player in the Cheech and Chong movie, but he was a server for the Rainbow. And so he worked fucking 40 years of his life at the Rainbow. He became the head chef. He's on the back of the menu. They got a story about Miguel.
That's him?
And they gave him a house at the end of the thing. They gave him the house and stuff to live in. So an immigrant coming to America, making it happen, giving people
should happen,
opportunities.
the way it
The way it should, man.
The way it should.
Let's get rid of the papers. Let's get rid of
The real fucking
the
American
real.
dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That used to be a fucking thing, bro. Like, I don't
Owning
like,
a house is a bitch.
No,
at least in LA.
No, well, yeah, I mean, but I'm just like, remember, bro,
American
like,
dream.
because if you talk to your parents, bro, like, I know when I talk to my parents, I'm just like, man, I was like, you fools really came over here in a moment where it was actually possible. Like, now I'm like, I think about it, I was like, if anybody's coming over here, I was like, it's not that great, dog.
I talk to what my partner, the medicated Barbie, her family and stuff. I say to her about stuff with her family. Her mother's a prime example, man. Been through the hardest hardships, crossed the border illegally, came and learned English, made a career, owns businesses, did all this. And I go, that's a fucking person that I look up to. I don't necessarily look up to all these people doing all this stupid shit. I look up to somebody that really like had nothing, had nobody helping them, worked at a grocery store learning English just by talking to people at a grocery store. And that's another thing too. If you out there and you giving people a hard time because you can't understand them because they ain't speaking English, maybe you need to learn how to speak 2 languages because they're on their probably 3rd language trying to talk to you. So like, don't give someone shit because they broken English or something, man. Like, figure.
Too, you can't talk off shit to someone that got broken English unless you know another language.
Like the motherfucker's trying, bro.
Yeah, and I see
He
it.
knows one, and he's trying with this one. You should give him a little bit of credit.
And you see it here in California a lot, SoCal a lot. We got to give everybody a chance. And that's the thing with K. Like, I'll give you a prime example with Kush Stock. T-shirt people hit me up, or companies will hit me up. Man, and I'll be honest, I charge $1,250 for a 10 by 10 space. Man, I don't really pay that. I pay like $250. I pay this. Hey, man, what can you afford? What can you do? That's what I'm taking. That's what I'm looking for. There's no here. It's what I want you at our event. I want you with us.
Like, you might not be at the entrance.
Yeah, exactly. We'll make sure you're somewhere, but
don't be right next to the bathroom, but we'll make it happen.
If you bring an extension cord, you know, we'll get some light in your booth. But
I know, straight up though. But I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's like people gotta understand.
That's how you start, but that's how you start.
Something is,
starting, and if you can't afford it, you gotta start somewhere.
Come on, dog. Those white
tables
from Home Depot have made so many people so much fucking money.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
We got a white, we got a board on a white table right now. That's a Home Depot table we got over there. Kate on.
Exactly.
Fucking the Roadcaster's on there. We got the equipment on there should not be on a table that's worth $20.
And so there's no excuses out there. You know, there's opportunity for everybody. Even now, this Bitcoin and these NFTs.
Where you at? I'm crypto.
I'm in. I like it. Listen, I'm in.
the metaverse?
Am I in by losing money by buying it too high and then it drops next week? Yes, I'm in. I'm losing a G every couple months. Yes, I'm in.
So you bought Bitcoin?
I bought coins. I've lost money. My thing with
Which one's your one? Because I always ask the people which one's their one.
Okay, so I can't give a 1 because to me, I'm a Beltran type of guy. It's a penny stock. To me, it's buy, sell the candlestick method. That's me. It's a business. Yeah. It's a business to me. But at the end of the day, I'm looking at this stuff like this decentralized land, right? The metaverse.
Or sandbox.
Sandbox.
Sand is dope.
So sandbox. Now I met with the guys with Burning Man. They were going to be putting a virtual reality Burning Man. And so I met with this, and I said, that's a great thing because a lot of people can't make it there from. Another person I was talking to, he created Boost Mobile and Cricket. And he said to me the other day, a month ago, he's like, I went to a concert last night in Sweden. And I looked at him like, he probably did. He may have got on this jet. And I said, so you got on a jet? Where'd you jet? Sweden? Where'd you go? No, my living room. Hold on, what do you mean? I put on my Oculus, and I got a square on my floor, and I went into the club in Sweden. And I seen Tiesto perform in this nightclub.
All he needs to do is pop a molly in his apartment, and he's there.
And he did.
And so
I went sandbox everything. And so now they have these things. Have you seen the thing where you can map out your room and you can send? Okay, so now they have it where you can measure your room. You can measure objects in your room. You send it to the company. They'll send you back it in virtual reality. Now your whole living space is literally a virtual reality because it is in that virtual reality. And so a buddy of mine,
fucking put all your.
He just showed me this, so I don't know all the shit, but it's something where he took his whole living room and he fucking puts on his shit and he's grabbing lamps and they're all fucking they're all in the custom designs and they can change the colors and he can do, and now he lives in his world.
See, I'm the only reason I'm curious to go to the fucking the meta world is just. It's all for all the wrong reasons. Like, first thing I would do is be like, hey, can I just go sock anybody?
Yes. And they did that. These guys showed up to this woman's wedding. You see that on YouTube and stuff? And they're like, and they're spraying beer on the groom and they're beating each other up.
The girl says she got raped.
I read that. So
like, you can leave. Like, what, in mid-rape, leave. Like,
can't
why
you
are you
just
staying there?
Can't you just turn the shit off?
She wants to get raped. Like,
and
why would you not just turn it off?
And it's not this like thing that you see with these round heads, like this Wii, like the Wii tennis. It's not that, man. I've seen stuff where it's like complete reality. Like, it is reality. Mark Zuckerberg, I got a buddy, David, who fucking hangs out with Zuckerberg. He's got glasses. This fool's got sunglasses on and walks around his day in Metaverse. He is living Metaverse. And so the owner of Pokemon said the same thing. He feels like the metaverse is trapping people into this thing.
Pokemon Go is a metaverse.
So
Like,
That's what the one I'm waiting for.
The creator is making, they're going around geotagging and creating the world is the metaverse in reality. So he's going to have it where you're going around trying to catch him, but then like the whole world is just like I said, you're picking up objects that can change color, change looks, a pair of shoes that are white when you take the glasses off, but when you put them on, they got all these colors, all these things. So Ready Player One's happening.
It's coming.
You know,
Dude.
that's definitely here.
Black Mirror was the future.
Black Mirror is definitely
was
for
the future.
sure.
When I first watched Black Mirror, I was like, this ain't gonna happen, and it's just gonna happen. Eventually, we got credit score coming by.
And
Wait, Canada's coming.
And it's behind closed doors that you think what we see on TV or what it's happening way beyond whatever we're seeing, whatever's happening. I've seen a couple things like this Elon thing. A lot of people, oh, is it done? It's already done. It's done, completed. They're already driving through it. I've known people go through it. And so it's like, yeah, they just don't announce yet that it's open. They don't let people know that this is happening, you know, until the time's
When
right.
something's free, you're the product.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Something's free.
Yes.
Instagram, they're all using. All this guy likes. Oh, he likes Timberlands. Now I got commercials of Timberlands.
Well,
on my
look
fucking
now
Instagram
too with the
post.
COVID, it's so crazy. The work from home, the Amazon. It's like this was. I'm not saying it was. I'm just more. I don't want to start conspiracies or talk politics on my behalf because I have contracts. I don't want to get people mad. But at the same time, there's definitely some crooked shit going on, and there's definitely things happening, and people now working from home, COVID, capacity rules.
So what's your coin? You never told me what.
The coin? I'm not getting in a coin.
No, but is there one that you like that you're like, this has a good base to it? You know, they're all supposed to have.
I think whoever can bankroll, it's just like the bank. See, I always think, this is what I always say to people, they just rename stuff. So when Rockefeller and Dow Jones and all these people and Chase Bank and all these people be making the shit, it all started from the same theory. That these certain bankers are going to bankroll this. These certain groups are going to bankroll this. Kill this dudes on the Titanic to get this. And so that's what you're going to see now with your Dodge coins, your Shibas, your Ethereums, whatever. Everything that you got is just who's bankrolling it. Oh, Elon's bankrolling that one? Cool, we're going with that one. Warren says this one, we're going with the Buffett one. And so that's what you're seeing with the Rockefeller. The only reason why the banks are still here, because you got motherfuckers going, the banks are still here, I'm bankrolling that. And so the coin is not, again, I look at things as a business instead of a hobby. That should be a business for people instead of a hobby. Candlestick it, sell it, automate it, make money on that. So whatever coin it is. NFT to me is the new hot thing, which people say, they go, I don't understand NFT. And I go, I get you. Let me break it down. They just renamed a lot of stuff.
You break it down the way you would break it
Okay.
down to everybody.
Let's say membership. Let's say membership. And membership comes with stuff. Okay, what's it come with? May come with this digital graphic that you get, and that's only yours. May give you access like apes to yacht clubs, to parties. May give you salary a year. May give you equity in company. May give you, so it's just renaming something. And once you tell people the fear and the separation between people of color and race and language is because we don't understand each other. Languages are created to create separation. We all spoke one language at one time. You know, until they made fucking languages, that was to separate us. So you can't talk to him, you can't talk to him, you can't talk to him. And so what we're doing now is people get fear and separate. I don't understand that. What is it? But once you can break it down and they understand it, there's so much more accepting it. So when I break down the NFTs to older crowds or people, look, you can get a membership. So a great way with Kush Stock, we're doing NFTs, is that we're breaking down our graphics. How Ezone was saying, these are made by Dane Holmquist. Seedless made these, Dane Holmquist.
Oh, yeah, they made a logo for me too.
And so what we're doing is we're breaking this down into different layers. And then when you buy X amount of the NFTs, you create the whole image itself. So it'll be broken down into layers. And then those layers will give you rewards at certain stores, meet and greets with certain artists, access to certain lounges, VIP access to Kush Stocks, product at Kush Stock. So again, I feel like the reward.
Coin, Xavier?
I think that the NFT is the next move because we're gonna see memberships and people buy that. Like for an example, even the ticket to Kush Stock. Oh, that's an NFT and you can resell that or something. I'm trying to figure out like Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez did one where he sold his album for $1, but you could resell that at whatever price you wanted and he only had 1 million available. Something like that where people can make money on it. People can make a way of life on it.
I was trying to get into imaginary friends.
Okay, yeah.
Which is kind of it's one of those ones that doesn't give you any benefits.
Correct.
But for some reason, people want it, and it's about the hype.
Correct.
That's all I need, though.
Correct.
All you
Mona
need is some
Lisa,
hype. That's
you
all
know?
need, some
Yeah.
Mona Lisa.
I bought
Yeah.
a cool pet.
Huh?
I bought a cool pet.
You bought something?
Yeah.
Yeah? You like it? See, just hold on
It's
to it.
supposed,
Chill.
it's
Yeah.
supposed to hatch. So.
It's supposed to hatch, and you're waiting, and you could get a good one. Like,
Correct.
it's fucking weird. I know some people are like.
And well, I
that's
see
the
that with like
dumbest thing.
Gwyneth Paltrow. She had like those apes, and then you could take the toxic ooze and breed
see.
them or something, but you don't know what it's gonna make. So you have a multimillionaire spending millions, not knowing what she's gonna get and taking that risk too. So,
I wish the tax would be a lot less when you try to transfer it to a bank. Though 40% is a lot.
well, and that's crazy. But it's we'll see what happens out of it. We're just starting. You know, we're just starting.
Just the beginning.
Just the
Lamborghini,
beginning.
them are barely good. They're like, dude, we need to get in the NFT game.
Well,
You can
and
imagine buying a Lamborghini,
and then the
sell a Lamborghini,
NFT
you get you keep the NFT,
and that
That's
goes-
proving that I had the car. Yeah, I sold the car, motherfucker, but I owned it, and the NFT is gonna be one day be worth more than the fucking car.
and then if I could take that into the sandbox,
exactly,
and now I'm the only one with that Lambo.
because what I was telling you is I'm like, okay, look, there's only so much wall space we have.
Correct.
After a while, you want to support artists, but I have no more, especially in LA. You don't have that much wall space.
Correct.
So you still want to buy the art and support your homie.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, I'll buy the NFT. I'll put it in the metaverse.
Correct. Unlimited.
Unlimited. You got unlimited. You can buy. You have
I'll
unlimited
never
wall
forget
space.
when I was a kid, Bill Gates had, this is way before, like, not before internet, but way before the shit. This is like 90-something, 1990s. And he had pictures on his wall that would change. They were like digital pictures. And I was like, what do you mean? He has pictures that like change the picture? Like how? Oh, it's like a TV. Okay, so like there's cable or like what does he got? No, man, it's a Mona Lisa and the next like that is, we're just evolving to the new shit. What is it called now? What's new? So
Life-changing shit.
life-changing shit. And I'm not huge myself, but I believe, I've always said this since I was young. A lot of people don't like the life that they live. They're forced into situations that they don't want to be in. If you can give them an option to bug out and go somewhere else by putting on something, you know, and that's that Ready Player
What
One.
if those people never want to get out though?
Well,
You
that's
don't think
that
there'll be
Ready-
Some people that never.
That's
wanna
the
get out? They're like,
Matrix.
I'm not going to work.
That's the
Mom.
Matrix and the Ready Player One, and absolutely, I think there is. I know that there is, and that's why
not
I say
good,
when
though.
you watch
That's not good
movies,
for society though.
it's not.
good for America.
It's
I'm
not.
telling you that right now. It's
We're
not good for
getting
America.
into survival of the fittest at that point. You know, sink or swim. The nature over. It's like you're saying, well, you guys weren't gonna cut it, man. Obviously, that's why you're there.
You're gonna be able to be in the metaverse, make money to pay your rent in the metaverse. You're never gonna have to leave your house. I guarantee. There's
Ready
gonna be a
Player
job
One.
in the metaverse where they're like, we can pay
Yes.
you in real money.
They already do.
They already have
They
it.
do.
They have McDonald's workers.
Construction,
People in the metaverse,
engineers.
They can get fat and fucking get diabetes.
What if your light bulb goes out in the metaverse? My light went out. Well, I don't know how to fix that. Here comes the electrician.
Yeah.
He makes $100 an hour. He's union.
That's
And he
true.
came in and fucking hit a 0 and 1 on his end.
He's
and,
gonna be
there you go.
he's gonna be worth so much money.
Yeah. That's
And
so
a
true.
guy that can do basic shit's gonna be like a plumber. You think these guys want to do plumber? You know how much I pay for a plumber before I touch any shit?
And what I've seen in the cannabis industry is kind of the same what we're seeing here, is that there's people that weren't cutting it in the corporate world that now had a second chance. Hey, you know how to make wax, or you know what flavor profiles are, or you can be an influencer, or you could do this.
Yep.
They got a second chance in life. And I feel like that's what we're creating now again. Is not second, it's called second chances. Is like, you weren't going to put on the suit every day. You didn't really look the part. You didn't want to shave every morning. You were this gross, disgusting guy that ate fast food every day. But you know what? You're fucking G in that metaverse.
Oh, he's a
And you're like this dude that's killing it.
He's mobbing.
And so that's what that second chances.
Some fools are really gonna try to get pussy in there.
They are the
Have you seen,
Like,
what's the
some
one
guy's
with
gonna
Keanu Reeves or whatever? They put on the thing like the who is it? It's Rocky, Sylvester Stallone, Demo Man,
Demolition Man.
Demolition Man. When they put on the thing, they
Yeah.
put on the thing and they make love. It's like that's
Yeah.
to a T what you're gonna start seeing, because
You
That
what
is
I
a
told
great-
you the other
a
day?
lot of people don't want to touch each other too. Hey,
Yeah.
I don't want you to touch me, man.
Especially after COVID now too.
Don't touch me. We just met.
That's true,
Well,
yeah.
hold on. Well, how are we supposed to get there? What the heck? That's how we have kids. We just met.
They put on the gloves in that movie.
Yeah, yeah.
But Hey, Kate, do we have a super chat? Do you have the mic? Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and read these super chats. Salute to everybody who is in the chat room.
Hit that like button. We haven't asked you all day, please.
And has been contributing the whole time. Yeah, you know what, people?
It's fucking hilarious. Let's get down. Shout out to the super chat. I heard you guys are fucking being funny in there. Let's put it down. Thank you.
All right, cool. You got it, Kate?
T. Perez, $2. Pásale, Kairas.
Oh my! Yo, did you remember that? Yo, the Dove guy said that. Like,
did he?
Yeah, he
really
said
well.
it loud, bro. He said Kaira. I'm sure Cairo's not gonna be happy, but
yeah, I know he's.
But that's gonna be clipped, and we're gonna put it into there's a button. So we can press it. Yeah. Salute to. Thank you for your donation. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. What's the next one?
T. Perez, $2. Last episode, XG was on a sick one. His eyes were tripping.
I was on a good
told you,
mood.
bro,
Everyone
relapsed,
thinks I relapsed and did coke or was on shrooms or tweaking out. I was on a good mood. Bro, I don't even know why, dog.
Don't hate on him. Let him relapse, man. Let him have fun.
But it
Jeez.
started from the beginning because even they were like, "What's wrong with you?
Do you have an
coke?"
addiction problem?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
these supposed to lying. Okay. No, it's because me and Nizo used to do coke before fentanyl, and now we called it like we
That's
stopped
not true,
doing it.
everybody. That's
Like we stopped doing it, so like they thought I like did. I'm never addicted.
Because they would know we'd be partying on the show.
We used to party on the show. Literally, everybody was like, "Oh, these fools are all sick on a sick one." So we told them we'd stop, and everyone's like, "Dude, did you go back to it?" And I was like, "No." Folks.
They're like, "Yeah,
I was in a really good mood."
They're like, the quality of the show has gotten way the normal tone.
He kicked it up a notch.
They're like,
No, guys, I'm
they're
chilling.
just yelling.
Just drinking Tecate, smoking weed.
I love it. I fucking love it.
What's the next one, Kate?
Thing with Kush Stock too, it's bring everything you got. Have fun.
There you go.
Next one, Michael Schwartz, $10. Yeah, dudes, metal.
Hell yeah.
Salute.
$10, man.
Yeah,
Thank you, homie. Appreciate that.
Thank you for tuning in.
That's what keeps it going, man. That's what keeps this show going.
Yep. What's the next one?
Serpent Sun, $5. E-Zone, I just ordered a hat and a candle. We Don't Smoke the Same is the most relatable podcast out. I sent you a DM from Reneezy.
Oh, thank you so much for your purchase. I appreciate y'all. FlavorsByEZone.com is the site, or highandhungry.shop. I'll check that out. I haven't checked my DMs this morning, but yeah, I'll check it out after the show.
Victor G, $10. Kush Guy, what counties/cities in California or would you recommend to buy land for growing that is not widely known yet? The counties known for growing has really expensive land. Any area not oversaturated?
So California just changed the law that if you grow over 6, it's a now felony with the state. I highly recommend. Oklahoma has very minimal permit fees. Like that's the Oklahoma. It's like $6,000 for a permit to grow out there. I'm not sure exactly all the legalities with it, so don't quote me on it. But I've heard that is where it is the simplest to go down right now.
I've heard Oklahoma's been the cheapest place right now to grow. A lot of land, and you can just.
I was like, so it is true. I was like, when everybody's like, yeah, man, we getting the Oklahoma packs.
You can get it going right away out there. I heard. Yep. Yep.
Tommy's trying to get that shit out there. BZZT.
I don't know. He's got to fucking go out there.
But we need, if you're in other states too, make sure you're voting these laws and getting rid of these people that are not helping out. Nebraska's one. Get rid of these governors and these people. Vote them out, man. You'll get it going.
Go to the desert. Like, yeah, bro. Like, bro, the desert is not going to.
San Bernardino, they do it in San Bernardino, though.
Oh.
They get down to San Bernardino, and that's pretty much desert.
Yeah, I mean, you can go to Calico and go to Ghost Town and stuff, but good luck, you know.
Calico, what the fuck?
One thing I know about growing is that if you're growing and you're hitting over 85 degrees, you're toast. So think about if you're going to desert, you better have a few ACs, and then you're not gonna and some. Yeah.
What's the next one, Kate?
CS702, $2. Saludos, about to take the Cali farm to Castle.
Gonna take mushrooms to go to Castle. Both imaginary shit. Salute. You take those mushrooms, dog. Good trip.
Castle's real, dude.
That's
the place, I guess.
It's one time I was trying to say circus. And these motherfuckers won't let me live it down. And they're like, I was like, yeah, I went to circus in Vegas. And they all looked at me like,
I went to Castle.
You dumb motherfucker. And I was like, yeah, and everyone will let me live it down, dog. It's like, it's like one of those things where it'll come up all the time.
That's too funny.
Yeah, I fucked up and I called it.
I went to
That's too
Castle
funny.
Castle, but what's
Castle.
what's the next one?
Pórtese bien, $20, 5 minutes away, plebes.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Ya viene, pórtese bien, CCC.
He's bringing tamales or what?
I don't know. Did he? Is that what he said?
I gotta find hungry to do later. Yeah. What's the next one? Kate?
Jordan Velasquez, $10. Can we get primer impacto? People jumping around, addicted to cactus.
That's like
that's a
three.
good one, dog. No, you can find a way to do it.
I gotta write it though.
No, you don't. Go off the top of the dome.
I
Like,
gotta.
all y'all say is full. There's these guys that are addicted to cactus that are jumping up and down. It's not that hard.
All right, hold on. Hoy a las 6 tenemos la historia de que los gente que está brincando arriba y abajo porque están adictos a los cactus. A las 6. There, there you guys go.
He loves sounding like he sounds like a Mexican reporter. It's so funny.
Coming into Telemundo.
Jay Blaze, $2. What's up, homies? Wake and bake, and we don't smoke the same. Good start.
Salute, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm glad you're starting your day with us. Man, I fucking drank a lot yesterday. I went out for Ray's. Happy late birthday to Ray, by the way.
Shout out to you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Where'd you guys go? It looked a little fun.
We went to Here and Now, this bar in downtown. That shit was pretty good. They had good drinks.
Old fashions? I had some old fashions.
I had
I even
old
tagged it. I was
fashions,
like,
yeah.
look.
You forget, bro. I was like, God damn. I was like, I had a lot of old fashions, and then I was like, you know what? I was like, you feel them at 32. You're like, oh
yeah.
shit, yeah.
You feel old fashioned.
Yeah, you feel fashion. Like, I was like, just like, man. But yeah, no, it was a good time. Happy birthday to Ray. What's the next one? That's it. Salute everybody that is up in here, man, and also like I said, once again, salute to the sponsor up in here, Dr. K, man. It's been fucking sick, man, to catch up. I mean, the last time I saw you was at one of these events, man.
Yep.
I think it was a Kush Stock.
And I appreciate it, Ethan.
And I appreciate you, man, and Adelanto. I'm going to be there April 6th.
Yep. 9th.
No, April 9th, yeah.
And then when's yours? The 19th?
No, April 16th, yeah.
16th.
It's a
So
live
that's why we're
podcast.
getting confused. Exactly. Let's clear it up. April 9th, Kush Stock. April 16th, E-Zone Riverside.
Yep, there it is. Make sure
Riverside, let's go. Get those tickets. It's going to sell out. I'm telling
Yeah, those
you.
tickets are going quick. So for all the
going
people
quick,
that are
for
going to
real.
qualify for the first 100 tickets, you're almost about to meet that line right there. Make sure you guys go to WDSTS, the number 2, .eventbrite.com. Make sure you guys get your tickets there. Don't sleep. It's worth it. Like I said, this is probably the biggest venue we got, and it's all been because of you guys. So like I said, this would be the time you guys want to
It's
show
gonna be fun.
up.
We have weed themed fucking drinks.
Yeah, they have like a whole cocktail list for us.
We're
and
gonna have
shit.
merch for everybody. Chili's gonna have some fucking surprises for you guys.
Asha's gonna have a booth.
Ash is gonna have a booth. You can get a limpia right in front of me. I'm not getting one. Fuck you guys.
You're too toxic, bro.
I don't need one, fool. I just do shrooms for my limpias.
That's not the same thing. You
Yeah,
just
it is.
cry. When you get a
Do enough
limpia,
shrooms, you'll cry. You don't need to go talk to a psychologist. Do enough shrooms. You'll be fine.
yeah, that's true, man. We should get Will some shrooms.
Oh, I know. I thought that as these guys are burning, I definitely smoke. I'll smoke.
Towards the
We
end,
got 3 white guys that sit here and they don't smoke and they all think they're informants. They're like,
I
yo,
know.
check them. They got a wire like the last one we had. Yeah,
If you know Dr. K, don't worry. It's my contracts. They don't want me to. They don't want to see me smoking.
Yeah. Come on, people. You hear what he's talking about? He's like, not that he's obviously you guys know he's important, but when you're that important, you're like, yo, chill on the smoking. Like Elon Musk, we all saw what happened when this motherfucker smoked on Rogan's. Boom! Tesla stock went down. Why?
that what
Because the
happened?
motherfucker
Well, when you pulled
smoked
these out,
weed.
that was the first thing I thought in my head. Like, oh, I wonder what they're gonna think about that.
You didn't know that, Ethan?
What?
The second he put weed in his mouth and it was live, stock of Tesla went down, like on site.
Like by a billion.
Like by
crazy,
a lot. It was
crazy
a
amount.
lot. Like where it hurt the company and told him, why'd you do that? And it was like,
I think they
dude.
made him step down of whatever position he was.
he's like, I was with Joe Rogan.
Hey, dude, sometimes, but look, it made him huge. Joe Rogan helped him out. Like now they're homies. He goes on Rogan's
It
podcast.
made Joe
talks about
Rogan's
shit.
podcast even bigger though. Straight up.
Dude,
All right,
him, saying the N word made him bigger. It's funny. Try to cancel him, just made him bigger.
What's the next one, Kate? And then we have one last one.
Yeah, Hugh James, 69. Great show today, fellas. Saludos from Smokelahoma.
Oh, salute, man. Thank you so much for tuning in all the way from Smokelahoma. Like I said, thank you so much to everybody that tuned in today. It's been a great
We'll be coming out there too. Sorry to interrupt you.
Oh, no worries.
Oklahoma, what, May, Adam? May, Oklahoma, Arizona, Nevada. Kush Stock's gonna be coming to all three of those this year.
Check them out. Let's go.
I like it. You see Kate's comment. She's like, "I'll work you, predict."
I thought you look. Oh,
Yeah. Salute to everybody who tuned in. Make sure you guys go to flavorsbyezone.com, highandhungry.shop, WDSTS, the number 2.eventbrite.com. For the tickets, they are going quick. Don't sleep. The St. Patty's Day candle is up now. There's a lot of new items up on the website as well. Don't sleep. I spent a lot of time uploading stuff yesterday. I keep fresh stuff in there on the weekly. Also, make sure you guys tune in for the Green Thumb Show. I'm always there Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tune in every day. I watch it even on my days off. And go get that beer at Craft Beer Kings, $14.99 for a 4-pack. What is it? Smokebox IPA. Make sure you guys get that. Xavier. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Dr. K. Shout outs.
So, Kush Stock, April 9th. For the people, by the people. It's free. Make sure you come in. Make sure you go get your Vader Extracts at your local dispensaries. Make sure you support E-Zone. Make sure you support everybody on the show. Register for your free tickets. Also, we do a VIP. It gets you a competition. You get a VIP bag with products in it. It's a great buy. KUSHSTOCK.life/VIP. www.KUSHSTOCK.life/VIP. Make sure you check that out.
hit that like button, subscribe, people. Let's get a 10K. We're so fucking close. Let's make it happen, please. And go to Flavors by E-Zone for any candles, any merch, any We Don't Smoke the Same merch. You got some high and hungry shorts that I know are coming out that I'm going to need of, and I'm not going to pay for them because he's going to give me one. So, yeah, he's already down one, so you better go buy them quick. But, yeah, hit that like button. I got my merch coming out pretty soon. Fully Toxic. It'll be dope. Got a little bit of merch for a crop top for the chicks. It'll be fun. And then anything Sam Tripoli, go to samtripoli.com. We go into Chicago, Illinois, and somewhere else. I don't really know. But go to samtripoli.com and then press stories as well. Check that full out. We got past at the store, so that's what's up. Kate.
Good morning. Good afternoon. It was nice having you as a guest. Nice meeting you.
Thank you, Kate.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at KAIHUNNID, K100.
Good luck finding that.
There you go. We'll see you guys on Wednesday morning. Tip Top Magoo with Stuck Up Burgers.
Let's do it.